Okay, okay, good. That's on. Bigger question is, why can I hear myself? I don't like hear myself. Ah, there we go. I would also love to know how long it's gonna last. More importantly, when's it gonna start? Right. My face is working. Audio is working. We're streaming. Yeah, the computer screen looks right. Good. Good stuff. How is that audio? Can you hear me okay? Lovely. Lovely. Just making sure I got the new microphone set up. Did I mention in the last live stream that I had enough? Was it the one before? Like, we've done a lot of live streams recently. So I have a new microphone. So it's loud, it's clear, it's good. It sounds good. That's what I like to hear. Or for you to hear, more importantly. Bad news. Good news, bad news. Good news, I'm here. Bad news, the reveal is delayed by Games Workshop. One of my mods said, hey, you should probably check the Twitch stream for Warhammer, and now it's been delayed by half an hour. So at 1:30 in the morning, Christian von Carmian gets to see the first thing revealed at Adepticon. And if there's more delays, like 2 a.m, and then if it's, well, how long do these reveal shows normally go on for? You've been to reveal shows before. I've been always working, doing stuff. So how long do they last? Is it like an hour, 2 hours? Hopefully not 2 hours. Otherwise, like, oh yeah, just 4 a.m. That's when it'll finish. Yeah, 45 minutes is more like it. That's not too bad. 2:15, 2:15. Yeah, sure. Why not? Oh dear. Right. I will let people know that I'm live. Everyone in the Discord. By the way, there's a Discord. You can join the Discord. It's linked in the description. Come and see me live and sleepy. But I'm not sleepy. I was trying to get my sleeping pattern in order to do this. I've stayed up late painting like Goliath trucks and acolytes. But I gotta stay up even later. Oh, that'll be fun. We will be taking many breaks. We will have, oh, I don't know, plenty of water. Has everyone got water ready? Has everyone got models to paint? That'd be great. That'd be great. Oh, so many models to make. You have so many models to make, I know. That monitor is incredibly similar to my current monitor. I can't see the logo that's on the back, but it might be my monitor. Okay. Some people, it's like, yeah, it's 4 a.m. where you are. Tell me where in the world you are. That's probably the easiest thing. Just tell me where you are, which country you're in, and I'll have a good idea which time zone people are working with. So I know, hey, maybe chat's going to be even more tired than me. Or maybe they're just getting up and they're like, oh, what a wonderful morning it is. For people in like Australia, I guess. If you're 12 hours away, parts of Japan. Yeah, and you'd be like, oh, what a wonderful, and a Friday morning. I don't know how time works anymore. We'll stop complaining about time. See, it's just a perfectly fine 5:30 in the afternoon. Thank you for becoming a member. Brandon, thank you very much for the monies. I know I'm getting your army lists ready and we'll chat about them next week. Got Germany, some people there. I know about the leaked sister mini. We'll do the leaked sister mini, don't you worry. Sister Karamazov, that's one way of putting it. When was the last model for them? It was Codex Witch Hunters was Inquisitor Karamazov. So that was 2004? 22 years of estrogen. That'll do it to you. New Zealand, it's Thursday all day. Wonderful. West Coast. Was it West Coast of Canada? I'm trying to think of other countries that are coast to coast. South Africa, that has a coast to coast. That has 2 different coasts. Australia has 2 different coasts. All of the island nations have 2 coasts. If it's in the UK, East Coast is best coast. Hello from Argentina. Wonderful. 8:30 Thursday, Beijing. Now, is that Beijing or Beijing time? Because as I understand it, all of China is on Beijing time. Much to the detriment of many parts of China. All right. I've got my drink. I have snacks. I have plans to break for snacks. Great. If it's your first time in one of my live streams, can you type a 1 in the chat, please? Then I know if I have a new audience of people or if you've attended my March live streams already, because I've done this is my 3rd one this month. If you've never seen anything of mine before, then put a 0 in chat, and you've just turned up today. See, there's always plenty of people that are like, it's my 2nd live stream actually, but oh yeah, good. That's many 1s. I do love a 1. Been to 2 whole live streams, some people. Impressive. Right, mild lag, but I'm coping. Okay, so schedule for tonight, which was going to be 45 minutes. Then instead, might actually be an hour and 15 minutes. Why not? Why not? I'm surprised Paul isn't finding time in Japan to be like, oh, it's early morning. I can just put on the computer and start streaming. What vampire snacks have I got? I've got penguins. Brandon, thank you very much for gifting 5 people memberships. Does watching them back on replay count? Sure, why not? That counts as being at a live stream. VOD live stream is still technically a live stream. Ooh, penguin. Oh, you've never heard of a penguin? Yeah, it's a British biscuit. Cookie? Not cookie. Probably not cookie. 1 is not the loneliest number. Thank you, Christopher somebody, whose full name is not visible, but it should be on my thing here. Thank you very much. Money is always appreciated. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this. That's the one. Pick up a penguin. They've always got good jokes on them. Right, I was saying something about the scheduling. Okay. So, we're going to talk about for the next 45 minutes. It was going to be. Instead, it's going to be an hour from now. That's when their live stream starts. So we've got things I expect, things I don't expect. Mentioning like the patches from the trailer, because they like to do a hee with such a tease. Ooh, you'll never guess what's coming. Like last time, no, 2 times ago, October, November, there was a pirate hat, and then there was nothing really piratey. There was a jester hat and not harlequins. So you can get these completely wrong. So I'm fine getting them completely wrong. We will talk about a Battle Sister leak. Now, what has happened there is there was a poster or something that's been taken to Adepticon, and someone has taken a picture of this image that's shown off on a poster before it gets set up tomorrow. Are we expecting Games Workshop sound problems? Absolutely. Pinglings. Oh, Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah. If you've ever met him in person, and of course all British people have met all other British people, he's not quite the suave, sophisticated person he is on the TV. Do we know what Paul will do when Centurions get removed? Well, I've done a video already with Paul about what if Centurions go to Legends, and I believe he said get a placard and start campaigning outside of Games Workshop HQ for them to be not in Legends, and then basically was like, Legends is fine. And I was like, yes, it is. Well done, Paul. You've come around to the correct way of thinking. No, Centurions don't need updates. There's only too many Centurion type units. Make one Centurion out of all of the Centurions. Yeah, well, I'm keeping an eye on Games Workshop and their sound problems. It's not that hard to set stuff up. I got a new microphone and set it up in the last 20 minutes. It's totally fine. I do actually have a very strong northern accent, which I do tone down so that not just foreigners, but also people from like London can understand me. Otherwise, if you look up northeast accents or Northumbrian accents, like through the centuries, my accent sounds like a 1960s kind of northeast accent with all the words I use. Where's the preview show at? Adepticon in United States. Don't know where Adepticon as a place is, but it's somewhere. Ah, yeah, Arthur Bones. Oh, yes, that was a good one. Now, was that the stream on the collab on my channel or on his channel? We did one of each. It's usual to do one of each. Can I do a northern accent? Well, I don't. I'll stick to normal accent, PC accent, suitable for the king to understand me accent. No, it might come out at some point. Oh, why I, man. But let's not go proper Newcastle. Right, so as things come up when the actual stream starts, I'll be asking you to put a 1 in chat if you care about it and a 2 in chat if you don't care about it, just so I can gauge like how many Age of Sigmar fans we have, how many Warhammer Fantasy fans we have, how many Horus Heresy fans we have, because sometimes you see something like, oh, that's so cool, I want that very specific AdMech or Custodes thing in 40k, and it turns out no, it's not allowed in 40k, it's a Horus Heresy exclusive. What? Biker Grove flashbacks. Oh yeah, there's a lot of Biker Grove. It's been on around a while. I think it actually ended not too long ago, but it ended. When does the stream start? In 1 hour's time. I don't know if I should put a timer on the screen. No, that's too much effort. Let's just get to talking about it normally. There's a lot of things need fixing. I probably will do another. Here's all the things that Games Workshop needs to fix, or that we have indication that they will fix, or should fix. I know I did a fun complaint about the squares that have appeared on the tournament boards in UK tournament scenes. Some places, it's an annoyance, but it might get better. I have reason to think it might get better. We'll save that for another video. I can't do all of my videos in my live streams. Oh, Games Workshop, please fix your sound. Please. Please, please. I can't come over to the United States and fix it for you. Oh, get away with them. Right. So I don't think, first thing, Primarch. People say, oh, Primarch, every time there has to be a new Primarch. Or is it going to be a traitor Primarch or a loyalist Primarch? People are expecting Perturabo to turn up. And then we'd have Iron Warriors suddenly, but all of those particular leaky things turn out to be Mutilators, or the Defiler, or just a guy that was painted as an Iron Warrior, or it's not called a Warsmith, one of them. Yeah. So he didn't turn up. We've had the 4 Chaos Gods versions turn up. So then the question is, oh, what about a Loyalist Primarch? Now, people say, okay, Loyalist Primarch, it's got to be Leman Russ. It's like, no, he's already been a tank. We have him. We've had Rogel Dawn as well. Both very good tanks. No need for the Wolf Primarch to come back. Last edition, end of 9th edition, there was a lot of build-up to bring back the Dark Angels Primarch. It was like, oh, there's something in the forest, and oh, there's this world, and oh, someone's doing a thing here. Yarick is the returning Primarch. You need to accept that Yarick is the Primarch you wanted all along. He's back. I mean, isn't he Primarch level? Why is no one in 40k ever dead? This is such an annoyance. Are we going to see if there's more of an Armageddon theme, as there's very much going to be since we've had an Armageddon trailer, so we're expecting more Armageddon themed models, not Armageddon Steel Legion. No, but Armageddon themed models or rules. Are we going to get Captain Tycho back? If you don't remember Captain Tycho, he came through at the end of the Third War of Armageddon. He's a Blood Angels captain. He died. He got the Black Rage and he died. Hello, thank you for the $5 American. That's very nice of you. Oh, you play Wolf Spears, Space Wolf successor. Very nice. Armageddon out of here. Funny misfit. Well, it's surprising the number of people that sometimes do die and don't die, and then their deaths are unconfirmed. Like, I remember, I wonder if I have it. I might be able to just drop it in like a piece of lore. Rogel Dawn. Nope, I don't have it. The lore. That's a shame. There was just a piece of lore that was like, Rogel Dawn is dead. He's definitely dead. He single-handedly, pun intended, stopped one of the Black Crusades, and he died in the process. Now we have he's missing, he's absent. The only thing that was found was a gauntlet. We don't need to have them all come back. Sometimes they can just be dead. Yeah, it's like the Marvel comics. There's only very few people who actually stay dead. There's Captain Marvel. No. It was like Captain Britain? Captain Britain. Captain Britain is dead. Uncle Ben is dead in the Spider-Man universe. Spider-Man is persistently sad. I don't think anyone else actually stays dead. And now Yarek, who was confirmed dead, is back alive. Sure, why not have Captain Tycho back? Ghazghkull died. I mean, sometimes it was like, oh yes, and then Ghazghkull was eaten by a Trigon, but then he punched his way out. But Ghazghkull was decapitated by Ragnar Blackmane. And in the same story, he got his head sewn back onto a new body and he's alive again. He won't die. And a lot of the other characters, sometimes, they don't get mentioned for a while, and then they do come back. Most irritating. Decapitation is merely an inconvenience for the orcs. Uncle Ben is always dying. Yes, okay, there's always rebooting and he's always dying. Standard orc things. Okay, yeah, Konrad Kurz is dead, Horus is dead, Sanguinius is dead. That makes sense. Horus Manus keeps getting cloned. There's a whole thing with Fulgrim being like, okay, this time I'm going to clone Ferrus Manus, and then I'm going to convince him to like join me or still be best friends, and I won't kill him. And then the clone's like, ooh, you're a weird snake person who's like lacerated your snake body to have the Slanussi. I don't like that. Not into that. No matter. So yeah, he could come back in some way, and I'm sure there's a Ferrus Manus clone in Trajan's vault. But let's not have Lehman Russ this time. That would be, at this point, very out of left field. We're not expecting it. It'd be very out of the Eye of Terror, and we have the Eye of Terror book to come out. Now would be the time to mention if, you know, we were getting a Primarch back, or something similar. But I'm not seeing it happen. There's going to be Age of Sigmar things. Now where are we? I had a little logo for it. There we are. Little logo. So this was seen on one of the patches on the jacket, in the trailer, in the teaser trailer of a guy on a bike. The people who do the live stream. This is the Rune of the Wind. It's a Lumineth symbol. Even though it looks very Dark Elf, it's actually High Elf / Age of Sigmar High Elf. So there's more of a, ooh, getting more Age of Sigmar-y things coming out. Speed Freaks and White Scars? Could be, could be. I get the feeling that people generally don't care too much about Age of Sigmar, which is understandable since I'm a 40k channel, so if you turn up to me, you want to be talking about 40k. Fair enough. So that'll come at some point in the live streams. Ooh, 5 Aussie dollary dues. To use 6 miracle dice on the brain surgery. Ah, best of luck. What Age of Sigmar stuff is good for 40k kit bashers? Well, if you want, say, the Blood Angel Sanguinary Guard, have some Age of Sigmar Sigmarine chaps with the big wings. If you want some like Artificer armor, something that's not quite Terminator armor, or Gravis armor, a lot of the guys work for that. The Sigmarines, as we sometimes call them. Skaven, maybe you can get some Skaven stuff to be turned into Gene Stealer cult stuff. Orc stuff seems pretty universal. Anything orc is still orc. Orcs is orcs. Centurion Marines, yeah. Everyone should get some witch elves. I like the new witch elves. The ones that have the black undershirt. When you wear armor, you absolutely should have an undershirt. Otherwise, it's going to nip at you and chafe your skin and you get a rash. If you've ever worn plate armor or mail armor, you need to have a black undercoat. Skaven cheese stealer cults. Yeah. Demons are demons. That makes sense. Yes. Zangors are the same. Zangors just turn up everywhere. Zangors are meant to be an Age of Sigmar thing. And then they just randomly turned up in 40k and said, hey. And the Thousand Sons were like, sure, why not? We need something. And then they got Combat Patrol Zangors. Oh yeah, it's got to be a black undercoat. Yeah. Sigmar Assassin. Oh, you can do quite a few things. I think I've mentioned it with the characters you've got for the Cities of Sigmar. They can make very good like assassins and medics. There's a Hospitaller type. Very nice. If you want to have any of the Seraphon, the lizard men, then you could have Eldar riding lizards. Sounds good. Right, the next patch that was mentioned was like, there's definitely an Armageddon patch, so we're expecting more for Armageddon. There also was one that might be Mordian Iron Guard. Now, the grand narrative, which took place 6 months ago, that was all about Mordia. There was Harlequins doing stuff, there was Deathwatch there was Imperial Assassins, I think Trazen the Infinite was there doing stuff, or if it wasn't Trazen, it was one of the other Necrons. His boyfriend, maybe. Or a kind of Diviner. No, I'm pretty sure it was Trazen. If anyone was there and remembers it, there was a Trazen walking around. There was a bunch of Tzeentch stuff turned up. And then the Mordian Iron Guard were fighting, and it was all in the lore. So it was in the lore. You can talk about leaks, yes. As long as it's actual leaks. Not just rumours, but you can talk about rumours as well. Commissar Graves. So we could have something Mordian Iron Guard. Maybe, I don't know about plastic Mordian Iron Guard. A kill team, maybe? There was also a suggestion, what about a kill team of Armageddon Orc Hunters? Which aren't necessarily from Armageddon, but they should be. However, they maybe won't be, which would be extra irritating. Like, so, we're on Armageddon. We don't have Armageddon Steel Legion. We've got Deathcore of Krieg and Cadians, which, as I mentioned in my last video on that, that's partly because they have very particular like 3D sculpts. So when they're making any of their 3D animations, they have to follow through with them. That's what they've got. They're not going to make one especially for like just a one-off trailer. So Kill Team Steel Legion, unlikely to be turning up. But it would be more insulting if it was like, here's some Valhallans. They're Armageddon Steel Legion Orc Hunters. They're the only ones fighting. Or Catachans. Oh yeah, actually, there's a point. They could be like, okay, you know how there's Deathcore of Krieg, you know how there's Cadians, well, let's add some new Catachans in, but they're actually Armageddon Orc Hunters. Oh, that would be so upsetting for people who really love the Steel Legion. Yeah, a Mordian Iron Guard kill team would be weird, I agree. They do fight in lines. Any predictions on new factions in 11th edition? Well, they might want to expand Traitor Guard. They could do more of a Lost in the Damned that is like Traitor Guard and Dark Mechanica stuff. And that could be led by Vashtor, who kind of doesn't have a home at the moment, as he is Chaos Undivided, because he's his own demon. And other people want him to work for them. So we could do something like that. That's my expectation. Armageddon Orc Hunters, but they're Ultramarines. Hey, just paint them a different color. That was what Games Workshop said earlier this week. I don't know if they'd be fighting anyone in particular. Oh, they probably want to do another fighty box. Although we have finished now the Necron Kill Team 3 thing arc. Because the first one was the Death Watch against the... Or were the Death Watch fighting? Wasn't the Tau. It was Necrons. Of course it was Necrons. It was on a... It was called Tomb World. And then the one after that was Tau versus Space Wolves. So there's now 2 versions of Space Marine Scouts, which is very confusing. And then after that, then we had the Insidiants, Battle Sister Insidiants, fighting the Night Lords, the Raptors, and also then we had like, aha, but the Nightbringer's coming. When is the event? The event starts in 45 minutes. And people are suddenly pinging me on Discord being like, is it starting yet? No, it's not. And okay, currently, let me just double check it. Games Workshop is still scheduled for 45 minutes from now. Great. It was meant to be on the hour. They may be having technical difficulties, as is Games Workshop's way. No matter. So yeah, 45 minutes to go. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful stuff. It's what we want. Right. Now we can talk about the sisters. Now, did I put the image in? No, didn't put the image in. I will quickly grab the image so people know what I'm talking about when I talk about the Sisters leak. There's a Sisters leak coming now. We don't know the order that Games Workshop's going to talk about stuff. Usually they start with like some 40k models just to get people interested. Like this one I'm going to show off. Then they'll do some Age of Sigmar, then they'll do some Horus Heresy, then they'll do some Old World. And after that, maybe we'll see something new for 11th edition. The Steel Legion on their own planet died on their way back to their home planet. Right, I type in leak. There we go. And I didn't spell it the Welsh way. There we go. That came in perfectly. Right, I'll just have to cover chat for the moment. Here is the leak. If you haven't seen the leak, that's the leak. It is, ooh, yeah, we could call it an armored chair. Armchair for armature chair. Yeah, this is Inquisitor Karamazov, but girl version. Potentially. Or I was thinking, has Junith Erewhita just grown up a bit? Is this a new Junith Erewhita? It has the Hallowed Martyrs symbols, you see that at the top, and also the staff, and also the tabard between the legs. It's a sister who never leaves her gamer chair, yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, I know. Thank you, Taco Joe, for reminding us. I'll double check. It's not delayed till 2 a.m. No, it's not delayed till 2 a.m. That's 2 a.m. my time. Junith Digivolved, yeah. Or could be a Dogmata upgrade. Or is this an enthroned agent? Is that what we're getting? Because in the Maelstrom book that just came out, well, 3 weeks ago now, you can make your own enthroned agent for the Imperial Agents, which is like Inquisitor Karamazov, but here we are, Sister Karamazov. You can see on the right-hand side, it has a heavy bolter on top of a heavy flamer, and I'm assuming the left side is a mirror of that. Now, ideally, I would like a multi-melter there, then you have the Holy Trinity. But it makes more sense, because looking at it, I can't really zoom anymore. Maybe I can zoom some more. Yeah, you can maybe make out there that it looks like it's the same. Go back there. Heavy bolter, heavy flamer. I'm excited to see that. I'm always excited to see more sister things. I'm excited. But how much is it going to cost? Is it going to be like 50 quid? Is it going to be an epic hero as well? Because we are drowning in epic heroes. At this point, we'll have more epic heroes than non-epic heroes. Yeah, I don't know how it works exactly for driving it. I'm not seeing any controls. That is a very big waistband to keep her attached to the chair. That also looks very easy to make from, say, mortifier pieces or penitent engine pieces. The last thing we need is another epic hero. No, I don't think it's got crotch missiles. I think that's just bigliness of legs. Is there something there? No, I'm not seeing. It's more skulls. Oh wait, yes, you're right. You're right. Very, very tiny crotch missiles. So what's in your pants? Missiles, apparently. And some way to keep the candles lit. Okay, maybe Morven Val got out of her chair. No, it's too old looking to be Morven Val. Morven Val's like in her 40s, very young. Or maybe for Imperium terms, she's like 60, but looks younger. Very Inquisitor Karamazov inspired, very Witch Hunter inspired, very let's improve on a Dogmata. We'll find out a bit later what it's called, what it does. We might not even find out what it does. We may never be told. Ah yes, of course, wrong order for Morven Val. Morven Val is Ardent Shroud. That makes sense. Maybe a different character for war suits. Yeah, it could be a character that leads war suits. We did see in that Maelstrom book, the Crucible of Champions for the Sisters, you could have a character that leads mortifiers. I don't think it's an Imperial Agent model, considering there's a Battle Sister right on top. It would be very unusual for it to... It could be both, but I think it's very unusual for this to be like a Imperial Agents only and not Battle Sisters. While you're waiting, you might want to consider painting some Battle Sisters. Or buying Battle Sisters. We have Battle Sisters available for purchase through the links in the description. That's also where people have been throwing money. So that if you want the money to pop up on screen, it can pop up either through the YouTube, pay through YouTube, or if you use the Ko-fi link in the description, you can click there and it'll still pop up on screen, but I get more of the money. And YouTube gets none of the money. It's up to you, whatever's easiest for you. Do we need more anti-tank options? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think so. I know sometimes they used to give off, like, here's a cool conversion. Occasionally in, like, White Dwarf, there's like, hey, here's a cool army. Do you want to see this cool model I've got? And they do that. But you're poor. I know, everyone is poor. I am also poor. So I'm not going to be able to afford Sister on chair. Most unfortunate. Well, from my perfect scheduling, I would be now ready to start this live stream, but Games Workshop's not ready. Games Workshop, like, give me another half an hour. They have at least started a countdown for 30 minutes. That's good. That's good. Got that ready. We will be having a little break, probably just of like 5 minutes before the live stream properly starts. It's a crazy time to have things starting. Opinions on the Penitent series ending. I need to catch up. I'm slightly behind on that. And then I need to make a video about it saying it's good or not good or probably good. It's probably a good series. It has some cool animation stuff. I see there's a trailer that came out like 12 hours ago on the Warhammer channel for Penitence Episode 3. Don't look at it because there's spoilers. Okay. Now, according to Games Workshop's YouTube live stream, it's gonna go and start in 5 minutes, so I assume it's not going to do that. But I'll be ready just in case. that on? There we go. And I'll get out the way once it actually starts. If it starts in 4 minutes, which I doubt, just because that Twitch one is so heavily delayed. The leak's wrong, it's actually Calgar as a battle sister on the chair. Yeah, that could make sense. Icy drink in glass rather than tea. Yeah, I don't want to be drinking too much tea right now. Although I will need the energy to keep going for a very long time. This will be fine and fun. I mean, thinking of going for a very long time, this is where I started 3 years ago. The first real video I did on my channel, and I suddenly have an urge to check my channel. Not to make sure it's there, but to look at this video. If I go on videos and then click oldest, yep. The 40k 10th edition starter set contents, 771 views. And in that I was like, okay, we had the reveals the previous night. We've seen the trailer, so we must know what's going to be in the starter set. And no one was making a video about what's going to be in the starter set. So I made a video about what's going to be in the starter set based on the trailer. And I was mostly right. I'll probably do the same again. I say tomorrow morning, what I mean is later this morning. Assuming we get an 11th issue trailer, which we probably should. I'm expecting the reveal trailer at the end of the live stream. Because last time when we looked at all the stuff, I was like, oh, yep, that's Sternguard. Oh, that's definitely a Screamer Killer. I identify a Screamer Killer. Celestians with guns. Hey, can we have Celestians with guns alongside Chair? That'd be great. Ooh, Sisters or Genestealer Cult might get a battalion box. No, I think it'll be Admech and probably Space Marines again. That's what we got for like the Eye of Terror stuff. And then if it's Armageddon, I can't think it being Sisters or the Genestealer Cult. Hey, all of the Armageddon Steel Legion and now Genestealer Cult. Celestians with 2 wounds? Absolutely. I could see that. Gun Celestian Chair-ness. We'll have to figure out more silly names for them. Power Axe Battle Sisters. Yeah, I remember them. What else did we have in the 10th edition's trailer? Oh yes, I was like, those are Hormigants. They've clearly got Hormigants. They've taken off the tail and the claws are shorter so that they actually fit on a base. And then it turns out there was these Neurogons. And I identified the Neuro Tyrant. I said, okay, that's a Zoanthrope based off the 2nd edition Zoanthrope, which is a big dude with a big brain. And it was essentially a really big Zoanthrope. And the Sternguard and some kind of character with a combi weapon lieutenant, I think I said. And lo and behold, it was another lieutenant. Ballistus Dreadnought, that was an obvious one. Dreadnought with las cannon missiles. I think I said Biovore redo, but it was this new, what are they called? They've kind of dropped off out of fashion. The Termagant types that have a Biovore cannon. I know the Games Workshop YouTube's live stream says starting soon. I'm looking at it. It's like, ooh, 16 seconds to go, but their Twitch says starting now. Okay. I'll believe it. Let's have a look. Are we just going to stay on that? It might just stay on that. Okay. Let me switch around. Let me see what we're doing. Now it's saying live in another 4 minutes. They might have fixed their audio. Maybe they just temporarily gave themselves some extra time. When did Genestealer Cult last get a non-character model? I was going to say the Abominant, but that was a character model. It was probably with the Jackal Bikers. Where is James' workshop? Currently waiting, currently waiting. Twitch is waiting. The YouTube is waiting. Nope, doesn't look like there's going to be anything. The Twitch is live. All right, let's have a look at the Twitch. Annoyingly, there's an ad. Yeah, their YouTube isn't starting. Let's see what we get from the Twitch when I can actually see past their advert. Another 16 seconds of advert. My goodness, people on Twitch have just absurdly long adverts, and you have to stare at them for them to keep going. That's the worst. Oh, that's just evil. Who's going to want to sit through 30 seconds of adverts? This is why I like YouTube, because occasionally an advert plays, but not so much. Technical difficulties, please stand by. Great, great. That's what we like to see. Oh, now is it starting? Not on YouTube, it's not, but let's see if I can get it. I'll mute it so you don't have to see it. Alright, if I pop that there. I would just want even unmute a Twitch channel screen thing. Okay, I can listen to it.
Well, Jared, can you bring back the Steel Legion, of course? And we can confirm today the Armageddon Steel Legion, they are on their way. The Armageddon Steel Legion, they are on their way.
There we go, there we go. Armageddon Steel Legion are coming, he's saying. Their audio is terrible. Okay, can we hear it now? Because their audio is just bad. The YouTube is up as well. Good, that might be better. I'm not seeing their YouTube up, it still says waiting. Okay, we can hear it now. Good, good.
We have some Warhammer 40,000 stuff. We've already seen one thing already. We've got more very soon. We've got some Warhammer Age of Sigmar stuff to show you. We've got some Warhammer Underworld stuff to show you. There is some... and some stuff at Kill Team as well. So it's an absolutely jam-packed show. Is your mic working yet? I'm skeptical.
I'm skeptical that microphone is working.
Get cozy for a minute.
Well, that's one way to fix audio.
Have you done any hobby lately? Eddie, have you done any hobby lately? I have done some hobby. I've been painting Space Wolves because I am playing at Adepticon this weekend. Is anybody else playing at Adepticon this weekend?
Okay, can't do captions.
Eddie, you come as part of the team tournament, right? Yeah, we've all brought Space Wolves. We've had about no practice games.
They've all got Space Wolves for no particular reason.
Just go easy on it. Show them no mercy. Crush them like the dog player. Friendly game.
No war cry.
Perfect. I also have been doing hobby, and I can't talk about it because it's secret. But you'll have a clue by the end of tonight. You think it might not be secret by the end of the night, then? Less secret. Very good. So, while we're just beginning, we'll get really into the meat of it in just a minute. We had some news told to us
That needs a cheer.
Upon us. So, as I was saying, the guys back home in the Warhammer community team have launched a new YouTube channel, which is official Warhammer 40,000. The reason for this is we figured Warhammer 40,000 fans might like all of their Warhammer 40,000 videos, whether that's painting or lore or like previews like we're going to show you tonight, all in one place. So if you haven't already, go and give it a subscribe. Let's get those numbers up, and let's make sure there's one place you can go for all of your Warhammer 40,000 YouTube content.
Okay.
Make sense? Perfect. Is your mic working?
Yeah, he's just saying he's got some unreleased stuff to let them know.
So, what's going to happen over the next 90 minutes or so is we're going to show you all these previews we talked about. There's going to be some great videos, some fantastic reveals. We'll get overexcited. We'll talk for slightly too long. And then at the end of the show...
At least my audio is working. New microphone. Thank you everyone who bought that for me.
They're going to go away with something super cool. More on that later. Are we about ready to kick this off?
I'm ready to see some cool stuff.
Beautiful.
I think it's because they mess it up by changing it and having to reset up all of the audio every single time.
This guy and we love him, and he returned to the Warhammer 40,000 universe. You've all seen Commissar Yarrick, right?
Commissar Yarrick? Never heard of him.
So, any moment now he'll appear massively on your screen, but I have a feeling the tech priests are currently applying unguents.
Yep, look at that Commissar Yarrick that we're all looking at. Has everyone seen Commissar Yarrick? Is this Commissar Yarrick in the room with us?
Nobody needs to see that.
Can you still hear it? Has it cut out?
Personal favourite character in all of Warhammer 40,000.
Alright.
Now that means something.
Okay, it's come back,
Show on mic. So, when I was a little boy and I read the stories of Commissar Yarrick and the infamous things he'd done on Armageddon, the epic defence of the Imperium, it really sort of did something to my little wannabe Imperial heart. And so it's been really cool to see the reveal of that model and the return. And this heralds something that we're going to show you in a little more detail as the rest of this preview runs on. Eddie,
I'm quiet relative to them. I mean, I'm just not saying anything because I'm trying to hear something that they're saying.
I played a game and sent in my results through Whiteboard.
Oh, was this for the Armageddon?
Yeah, for the 2000
Third War campaign.
Yeah, the Third War for Armageddon. You had a little form at the back of Whiteboard, and you sent in the results.
Nice.
Alright, they're talking about the Armageddon campaign from like 2004, 2005? Or maybe 2000? Yeah, it must have been earlier, like 2000. When Commissar Yarrick isn't on screen, everyone should ask, where's Commissar Yarrick?
Awesome. So, yeah, me too. In fact, I already felt old when it happened, so terrifying. I remember my original Yarrick had like a snippy crab claw. Any snippy crab claw Yarricks in the room?
Yeah, okay, as long as you can hear them, that's the important thing. I can barely hear them, but I'll cope.
Let's get an update from the guys behind, otherwise we're going to do this preview.
2001 sounds more like it, because 2001 would make it 25 years. Alright, so they're going to reveal Commissar Yarrick by going and getting him and putting him on the desk.
I suppose I could just start reading off the list of all the cool stuff we're going to talk to you about, right? It runs for 2 whole pages, guys. This is
Oh dear. No, just tell us a list of things that we're getting. Don't show anything. We don't want it to be revealed.
Right. Nobody needs more. You might need Warhammer trivia.
Why are you playing to a crowd in person? This is a live stream. Come on, you've got a bigger audience out there.
This would go badly. What I can do is, hello sir, you have your hand up. It's very polite.
Oh, I'm glad he stopped talking just before he was about to reveal something at this reveal show.
Sorry? I didn't hear the question. I'm not answering. Oh, right. Well, there is actually really great lore behind that. And in 15 minutes, we'll tell you about it.
Okay, lore, well, if there's lore, my goodness.
It could be that there was some intervention. It could be that the...
I don't know if the Ultramarine chair, the Ultramarine gamer chair, you can probably buy Ultramarine TM gamer chair from them at some point.
I mean, there's all sorts of ways that the old man of Armageddon could in fact not be dead. I think you can rest assured I'll fill you in, or at least give you a heavy clue. The thing I don't want to do is spoil anything, right?
Look at him with his Iron Warriors laptop.
This is quite something.
You wouldn't want to spoil things at the reveal trailer. Yeah, they have kind of bugged it again. So they were meant to have an image showing off Yarek right now, but they haven't got it. So one of them's been sent off to go and maybe get a model. And he's using the sharing a microphone. Good. I mean, I do hope the first thing appears before 2 a.m. I know he's not going to remember that there's audiences outside of the room.
What about things like the Horus Heresy?
Because he can't see them. Because he hasn't really got a screen in front of him. He'll just have a prompt in front of him. It's like, hey, there's some stuff happening.
What else did we say we were going to show you today?
There'll just be messages going up. Please help, please help. I suppose some people are like, hey, I'm on the way to work. I'm watching this in the car as I drive to work. There's the technical difficulties. So the screaming at the end there must have been a Gene Stealer cultist getting in and like blowing something up. I mean, this only happened last time, and the time before, and the time before that. Every time they've done a live stream as well, I've also been away and I've had to do it at someone else's house, or it's been one of these like 1 a.m. things. Am I just rambling to myself? I might be. Sometimes people are listening. I don't know. I will roughly explain what they're saying, and I might also turn them down a bit. Because if I'm going to be saying, hey, this is what the guys are saying, I can turn that off for the moment. If this is what the guys are saying, then you don't need to hear that, because you can't really hear that anyway, and I will just talk over them and say what they're saying. Flawless live stream, as we expect from Games Workshop. They have put as much thought into this reveal as they have into 11th edition. Right, this is just the trailer for Armageddon that they've already shown. And it's playing, but they're also talking over it. What would Yarek do? Right, okay. That's like a what would Jesus do? Armageddon Steel Legion? Okay. Good. That's a new... Okay, good. We've moved away from, like, the lightning bolt symbol. That's a nice Armageddon Steel Legion thing. It's gone. It's got an A.
So I'm going to talk about it.
That's great.
Are there any authentic Steel Legion collectors in the room?
So we might be getting a kill team of them. That'd be nice.
So, I have a Steel Legion army. It's even been in White Dwarf back in the day. And so that
The amount of audio fixing I've had to do for people I collab with occasionally as well.
I get like excited about and wax lyrical about with regards to Steel Legion. Did you see in the concept art that you saw there that they have the carbinized lasguns?
Right, so you've got the shorter lasguns, so that the idea is they jump out of the Chimera. It's not as big, you can handle it easier.
These are the details I love.
Tiny knife, trench clubs as well, because you've got to be kind of like the Death Corps of Krieg, but not necessarily entirely like the Death Corps of Krieg. Their audio's cut out again, that's not me. Concept art means we're not getting it anytime soon. Yeah, I could understand that, but then again, sometimes they've shown off models and then they're revealed 6 months down the line. So this could at least be, I mean, I'm trying to remember, like Warhammer Fantasy, they showed off Kislev stuff, and then it turns out that was just for Warhammer Total War. We haven't seen Kislev models, like the bears. So maybe they're like, okay, maybe it's there was a bit of a backlash because the Steel Legion were not there. So we'll reveal some Steel Legion stuff that's coming. So we're gonna get, at some point, I hope to see a chair with a sister in it. 2 Snickers, you say? Alright, I'll reach for the penguin. I'll do it. How do penguins make pancakes? That's what the penguin is asking. How do penguins make pancakes? With flippers. It's a funny joke and it's better than anything Games Workshop has right now. Audio is as balanced as every Games Workshop release. But whereas with the releases they're trying to balance like the cool models that people should want to buy, and also the rules for them, and also are you going to get people to buy it? Oh, got something else?
I will not lie to you. The orc army before us is Fast. They say we can't
Cadians,
win,
we're definitely on Armageddon.
that the orcs are too many. I don't know about you, but I am growing tired.
Oh, right, it's like a little
of
Humber.
proving them wrong. I see the steel in your eyes, the fire in your soul.
There's a sister.
I tell you now, we can win. We will win. And if that victory costs us our lives, so be it.
Is that a new Wazdaka? The Return of Yarrick, Armageddon. Alright, alright, alright. I would be more excited if I wasn't tired. Oh.
Returning to Armageddon.
We knew we were returning to Armageddon. We knew that last week. But okay, Scout Car. If anyone plays like Conflict 47 or Bolt Action, it looks a lot like a Humber car. So it's going to be like a scout vehicle.
Armageddon is a
They
place
look
to have
alright.
some issues, and the sponsor of the issues that are going on right now is none other than the herald of the Speed War, Wazdaka Gutsman.
It's Wazdaka somebody or other. Great. So yeah, the Chimera things, let's not call them Chimeras, mini Chimeras. Well, okay, this is their audio. I'm showing off their audio with it. So there's Wazdaka. That's a very tall model for a guy on a bike. You think, bike, it's low to the ground, it's speedy. Nope, massive dude. Taurox light, yeah. So you've got like open-topped half tracks. You've got scout cars, armored cars. Don't know what they're saying about this guy right now. This is everything the feed's giving. Twitch is having a commercial break. Their YouTube is not giving me anything extra. Nope, we're just stuck on that. Mini Russes? Could be. And one of them looks like a mini Rogaldorn, because the turret looks like a smaller version of the Rogaldorn, though we already have the Taurox and the Taurox Prime. They have more scuff than an average VTuber. So, Wazdaka, great, good, looks decent. Big cannon. When was the last time he had rules? About 5th edition? Maybe 6th edition? Actually, he might still be in Legends. I'll have to double check. Hello, Ben. Thank you for making your message stand out. Thank you for the $5 US. That's very nice of you. Oh, yeah, if the Gene Stealer cult can have them, that'd be great. Games Workshop at Amalie, who's more scuffed. Hippogriff AFV. Armored fighting vehicle. So it's got a surprisingly big cannon. But yeah, that's a Humber. Hippogriff does look good. Can't hear what it's talking about. But yeah, that's a Hippogriff. Okay, so we've got a Gatling cannon or a mini battle cannon or a melter cannon with another melter gun there. Because if we have the option of a heavy bolter or a melter gun, well, why not either one? We could have both. Yeah, the chassis does look a little bit small, but maybe we're seeing more of a smaller look in 40k. Like, we'll go for some smaller vehicles. We won't have everything that has to be even bigger than the last thing. Good. So it's like, I don't know, the Crusader tank, the British Crusader tank, it's a cavalry attack tank, or it's an armored car. It's more an armored car thing. Big chunky tires, yeah. I hope the Gene Stealer cult can have them, because armored cars is about the level Gene Stealer cult could be. A Centaur. Now, we had Centaurs before. I think we've had something that either is a Centaur or a lot like a Centaur in the Astra Militarum. It was a Forge World thing. Centaurs. Yeah, Centaur Light Carrier. So this is a new Centaur Light Carrier. I like it. Yeah, it's a half track. Exactly. And that guy in the turret looks very standard Cadian for the Cadian models I have. Don't know what they're saying about it, but seems very interesting. Yeah, this does give me a, oh my goodness, Conflict 47 has got it sorted out. We need to make our own things. But then will people buy the cheaper Conflict 47 models and use them in 40k, or is it the other way around? Either way, I'm suddenly very eager to get a Humber in Conflict 47 and use it in my Gene Stealer cult army. Assuming these have rules that are compatible with the Gene Stealer cult, which they hopefully are. It's an orc truck is what it is. Well, it could be. I don't know if the sides need to flip down if it's also open-topped. Why do you need to have that? Why do you need to have the windows that flip up and down? Could be a good Goliath proxy if nothing else. Yeah, I can be fine with that. I can be fine with that. When Games Workshop is the cheap proxy, the world is ended. No, it could absolutely happen. Chimera to Legends? I don't think so. The Centaur wasn't a Krieg vehicle. The Centaur was something revealed. Oh, there's Commissar Graves. Very nice. They're talking so quiet that nothing's being picked up. So Commissar Graves have their own, not Fortress of Arrogance, but Fortress of Mild Annoyance. Yeah, the Twitch chat is very unhappy with them. So they're probably telling us something. And at this point, Auspex Tactics will be making his PowerPoint and being like, well, this is a model. We don't know anything else about it. A barricade of irritation. Yeah, it's a nice truck. It's a nice truck. The idea of a command truck, which the Centaur sort of was. Their YouTube stream is getting audio. Is it? Doesn't look like it is. It just says it's dead. There's just some whispers. I've got it turned up as loud as I can in my ear, and there's basically nothing apart from the screaming in the chat. I can hear the screaming in the Twitch chat that Games Workshop's got. Yeah, it's nice stuff if you like Imperial Guard things. Thank you, the Time Binder. The Time Binder. Thank you very much for the $2 US. So let's see the sisters. Can we see sisters? Rather than Commissar Graves on foot or with a sword in a vehicle. YouTube has audio. All right, okay. So it's a Dogmata Superior, but it's a specifically named Dogmata Superior, so it looks like it's going to be an epic character. What else? Let's try to zoom in and see anything. It's just as we've seen. Yeah, the sisters are very short on characters. But yeah, it's 2 heavy bolters, 2 heavy flamers. We've got the missiles under the platform. She comes in a box. Good to know. That's not great use of space for that box. You might want to have like turned it the other way so it's vertical, but never mind. Never mind. Another Inquisitor. Inquisitor Croyle. Which Ordo are they going to be? Apparently melter missiles. Good to know. Right, if I try and pop on that extra audio. It's a horse shrimp thing, apparently. And they have a lance. It looks kind of Eldar Exodite. Quite big, interesting, impressive. I don't know if we needed... It wouldn't be a demon horse. It's a Xenos horse. I think even an Ordo Malleus Inquisitor riding a demon might be a bit far. So it's going to be an Ordo Xenos Inquisitor. It just says Imperial Agents. Okay, it says Imperial Agents on the box. That suggests that Imperial Agents in some form will exist in the next edition. Are we happy we're going to keep up with Imperial Agents? Yeah, the first Exodite being Inquisitor. It's about as funny as the first Harlequin character being a Battle Sister. Could be a sniper rifle. Could be, could be. So we're going to have Yarek, 3 books. So we'll have one of detachments. Another one, which I assume is going to be the missions. Armored Gauntlet missions. And then a law book. Okay. You must be mistaken. That is a normal horse. It could be a Genestealer cult horse is what I'm thinking. Yeah, so it's another campaign in this edition. So we know that's coming out probably in the next couple of months. Maybe Sister's Detachment since character. Not a bad idea. I'd be looking forward to a Sister's Detachment, and then I'd have yet another thing to play on. I don't know if they bring out Exodites yet. Does these books just keep spinning for anyone else? Because when I look on their Twitch, it's just like, hey, there's another ad, but it's frozen. That's annoying. Right, anything else new? Nope, it's just spinning books. It's just more spinning books. All right. Oh, there's a battalion. Astra Militarum Battalion. So we've got truck. Got to throw in a Rogel Dawn. Other truck. And some Cadians. Perfect for Armageddon. Perfect Armageddon battalion. Yeah, so when the Steel Legion is coming out, it's not for the book. It's not yet. People really like wheels. And half wheels. Okay. Is the idea they're previewing their Warhammer thing in like another place? Is that like the Warhammer community? Ah, right, I see. All right, let's see if I can get them on the Warhammer community side. Then we have, well, you don't need to get them in the starter set anymore. You can get your Flying Orcs. I assume this is going to be a Wazdaka. Oh, Battle Sister, Armageddon Battle Sister. We have, that looks not amazing. That's 3 Penitent and, no, 3 Nundums, some Novitiates, Palatine, and Repentia. Okay. Very combat focused.
One more battalions.
Another battalion's coming. Is it not? They've been doing this. They've been putting the kill teams in these battalion sets. That's unusual. Yeah, no Arcoflagellants if you don't like Arcoflagellants. And then Death Watch? Oh, no. Okay. I mean, I think that's great, you know. But it's just, what, 10 of them plus a Corvus Black Star? Is there a character?
Millennium, but we're going to show you something a little bit different. Somewhere in the room we have some friends from our friends at Weather Workshop, and they've got an amazing new thing that we're going to show you right now.
Yeah, all right, new detachment for sisters. Good.
A little bit different.
Yeah, the box is 3 Warsuits, 10 Novitiates, 10 Repentia and a Palatine.
Conquering the Black
Friends from our friends at Weather Workshop, and they've got an amazing new thing that we're going to show you right now.
I wish they weren't talking over it.
Once we present you as a librarian of the blood.
We didn't need another one of him. We just had a model recently.
He is reborn. He is one of the most formidable psychers in the Imperium of Man. Standing upon the stairs, he is the sole member of the Blood Angels we present to you the Black Rage. Yet beneath their control lies a force capable of devastating wrath.
I mean, a Mephiston model
amidst the
again.
Environment of
I'm sure it was only last edition we got another one.
Harnessing a powerful psychic attack. His aristocratic features contorted into a rageful expression as psychic energy.
It's like a big battalion. I mean, yeah, combat patrol is just a small battalion. A big combat patrol.
In one hand, his 4-sword Vitaris.
All right, so this isn't a model for 40k. Looking at the scale, this is going to be a purchasable, like, big thing.
To manifest the Emperor's wrath.
We should now
The
have single
Fistons
audio track.
resplendent artificer armor, richly adorned with Blood Angel's iconography, has been rendered in exquisite detail by our sculptors. His presence is further elevated through masterful,
Yeah, it's a
visceral
big
paint
statue.
applications, with every surface and texture carefully realized to bring depth, contrast, and gravitas to this defining portrait of the Lord of Death.
It'd be so much
He
easier
is
on
a
my end
figure
if
of
they were
awe within the
working
Blood
on their
Angel's
end.
chapter. Make him a figure of awe.
Alright, so
upon
it's a massive
your shelf.
statue. Yeah, you're talking like more than 54 millimeters. That's okay, that's big. That's like a torso. 1:6 scale. Yes. Massive fiston. Yeah, so it's the Wetter Workshop. Okay, they do the big models that you can buy for like not really put on the table. You like the Celestine, the Abaddon one? Good, good. There should be some Games Workshop audio now, but there isn't. They're just sitting there with that. Oh, no, no.
Throughout the rest of this weekend, week and weekend, that statue you saw in the
Number
video.
6 game of 40k
If you
time.
want to
Yeah,
look in
yeah.
person, go and chat to Jules and like learn all about it. Pop down to where the Warhammer shop
it's a big
is.
one- okay,
and
yeah,
you
it's
can,
a joy
see
toy
it in the
essentially.
flesh. It is exquisite, so it's well worth a visit. While we're talking
But
about
if you're there, you can go and
things,
look at it.
we have another officially licensed product I'm pretty excited about because they sent one for me to wear.
The company that makes miniatures has to outsource big miniatures. Yeah, yeah. If you want a Warhound, Blood Angels Warhound. It's just a white helmet. That's not a White Scars helmet. It's just a helmet. And there's no audio. I'll be interested to see after the live stream is done what they put on Warhammer Community so we can actually find out what's been going on.
Titus helmet, I love it. It fits my head. If anybody wondered, my head is colossal. It's like ridiculously big. And there's room in there. It's not on its like biggest thing. So a lot of people are like, "Oh, will it fit?" Definitely, unless you have like.
They specialise in miniatures, not sound design. What do you expect?
You'll be fine. It fits even Gene in handbags. There we go.
Yeah, I don't think many people need a Space Wing helmet. You can, if you're a cosplayer, you might really want one of the official ones.
Have a look when we're done with the preview and scout it all out. And yeah,
They've already done a blue version, if you didn't know.
I think so. Yeah. So essentially, if you really like one of these things, you can get your order in straight away, both the Mephiston and the helmet. Now.
Yeah, see, if you're a cosplayer, you know how to make your own things out of plastic and like a cycle
And
helmet.
this relates to something coming very soon to Warhammer Plus.
Something is coming to Warhammer Plus,
This is Flight Commander Kai.
Welcome to Sigmar. The Emperor protects.
which we can't see.
Where did they come from?
Well, we're meant to be seeing something right now, but it's just them talking. They haven't cut away. I assume it's meant to be an Aeronautica thing. Yeah, there we go.
This is an all-new animation coming soon to Warhammer
Well, that had already been
Plus.
announced.
Aeronautica Imperialis.
We knew that was coming. It was Eldar against the Imperials.
Animation was on its way. We can tell you a few more things about it today. So it's called Aeronautica Imperialis, and as you imagine,
Like I
these
said,
are
Aeronautica
pilots of the
Imperialis.
Imperial Navy. They are up against the Eldar pilots of Craftworld Sound.
I have seen the woman that's building a 3D printed to scale Horus very slowly.
This will be
Yeah, Eldar
a
Top Gun.
three-part animation, much in the style of other Warhammer animations we've had in Warhammer Plus, one of which finished today.
So
if not
it's all about like,
competitive,
okay, there's 3 Eldar flyers and they're super tough and they're taking out like loads and loads of Imperials, but there's going to be some super cool guy that is able to take them on. Woo!
Fighters, well, it's a fighter, 2 bombers, right?
Yeah, that's right. So there's a fighter there.
Isn't there a PC game called Aeronautic Imperialis? There might be, and for a brief time, a very brief time, they had a miniature game brought back. Then they rolled it into what's the new epic? Legions Imperialis. And the flyers are really good or not good? I can't remember from the games. I think really good. I think they're really good.
Piloting those thunderbolts into the sorties against the Eldar plane.
Yeah, so you've got 2 Eldar
One of the things,
types.
so I've watched the first episode, I really enjoyed it.
Well, I'm so glad he's just flexing to say, hey, you know, I've watched the episode. Well, we haven't. We don't know what's happened in it.
And this hits all of the right buttons. to me. There's a dogfight in the first episode, which is breathtaking.
If you're going to be supersonic, are you really going to be able to dogfight? I know that 40k likes to do like old school stuff, like everything is Second World War, but also in space. Or First World War if you play Krieg. First World War if you play Krieg.
So you get to see a little bit into the mind of the Eldar of the craft world, a very, very different perspective
This
from the
is like the whole thing.
done by pilots of the Imperial Navy.
Yeah,
there, goes sideways.
Give you an insight into a thing that you never normally see, right? The animations that appear on Warhammer Plus let us delve into corners of the...
I was missing off the little side.
Which
Got it.
unexplored up to now.
Yeah, and that is coming in May this
Eldar and Sam.
Yeah, so if you want to watch it, make sure you've got a Warhammer Plus subscription, and then it'll be on the Warhammer TV.
That's kind of option 2 in the Hippogriff. Very nice, very nice.
We are nowhere near done yet. We're still staying in the...
We're nowhere near done. Well, you've been on for 35 minutes. It's been quite a desperate 35 minutes. But we're on with it.
Call sign Jester. The toughest thrown down grunts on the Eastern Fringe.
Okay, something's on the Eastern Fringe.
We've fought Tyranids before. They're tough. But they drop if you know where to shoot them. We
Something
thought
kill
we
team?
were ready.
Catch and kill team? I don't know, I can't see anything. Alright, I've had another look. The Battalion Deathwatch is just 10 Deathwatch Marines plus a Corvus Blackstar, and that is somehow a battalion.
Spectre Squad. Call sign Jester. The toughest thrown.
I think we're done. Okay. Right, I'm going to talk as if we're back on air. So this is
dear.
Team Terror on Devlin, and we'd like to introduce you to the
Right.
fighting men and
So it's a new
women
kill
of
team.
Spectre Squad, which is a brand new kill team, 4-kill team. These are elite scout troops for the Astra Militarum.
Yeah, this is effectively a brand new kill team. This is a kind of stealthy, scouty kill team with lots of kind of fun mechanics to keep yourself hidden before.
Red Terror? Yeah, looks like Red Terror. Looks like Red Terror. Operation Red Terror. Buffering on Twitch. Is it continuing to go on YouTube? I'll switch to the YouTube version. All right. Hey, you know, don't make it easy for me, Games Workshop. We should never make it easy. Are we back there?
This is
There we
a
go.
kind of stealthy, scouty kill team with lots of kind of fun.
Nope, they're gone there as well. Well, it's a stealthy, scouty, killy, teamy. Wonderful. These look like Cadians, though, rather than like Armageddon Orc Hunters. Maybe you could make them into Armageddon Orc Hunters. Shadow and the Warp seems to have got them. So, Doom of Valentine next, but yeah, could be. Or I think that's a pretty good looking Red Terror from the brief glimpse that I got. The very brief glimpse. Now, is now a good time to just go over and check what they've actually released on Warhammer Community? I'm going to do that. So... Go away.
They keep their own live stream going.
Right, that's back. Doesn't have any sound, though. But there's a guy with a stub gun. Lovely, he's got a stub gun. We don't know anything about the stub gun. They might be telling us something about the stub gun. But if they are, no clue. I do so love these live streams that we have, chat. They're just so intimate, so friendly, so you and me. A lot of plasma? Well, you'd want plasma to try and take that out. Will I be playing Centurions again? Maybe against them, maybe to kill them. Oh, a little radio dish. Lovely, fine. Yeah, I'll have a radio dish. They also seem to not be able to keep the size right. Box relay beacon, very important. This will count as a miniature within the box. You need to understand that. And so when it says there's 12 miniatures in the box, this is one of the 12 miniatures. No, Paul's tried to convert me. Paul got me to play them one time, and that was enough. All right, so we can see they're getting out of a Valkyrie. There's about 10 of them. One of them, all right, the 11th one is then the Vox Relay. Sure, have some Termagants in there. And then a Red Terror. Yeah. It's not the third one in this year. It's not the third one this year. It's only the second one this year where things have not worked. Very good. Red Terror, Nemesis Operative. So kill team, and then you do a super special fight against this. So it could be like 2 kill teams against 1. I'm glad they included Termagants. Running low on Termagants, yeah. No Gargoyles. No Hormigants. No Neurogaunts. Heavy Stub Gun. Here's the Vox Relay. You can't hear it. Is their live stream on YouTube going to come back? I think it's not. Nope, it died on YouTube, right? So we only have the Twitch chat version. They're panning, they're panning. Red Terran Final Day, maybe. Now, if it is a Vanguard Invader keyword unit, then yes. Yes, we could. There's quite a few Genestealer cult models being shown off. We've got the half tracks, we've got the Red Terror. All right, let's switch back to YouTube and see. I mean, it saves like 200 of you going through it and back and forth and trying to figure out where you should be watching it at any one time. Is it back on their YouTube? Yes, it's back on their YouTube as well, but not with sound. That's a very fancy over-the-shoulder mortar / missile launcher. So yeah, another kill team. But this is going to be another Imperial Guard unit. So what are these guys going to be called? Cadian Scouts. They're spinning the box too quickly. We can't quite see what it is. Ooh, Nemesis Operatives Dossier. So the idea is you can fight really big things. Okay. Well, we already had that with the, what did I say? The Night Bringer for the Necrons. But there's also a Dreadnought. So if you want to fight a Dreadnought with an entire kill team, you can do. Does anyone remember Mordheim missions where you could fight like a baby version of a Chimera or something? Or like a baby dragon, and your Mordheim warband would be absolutely wrecked by this baby.
From Blackstone Fortress.
Right, have we got sound back? I'll put the sound up again. All right, the Archivist's back. Again, you can buy that model that we could have buy before, but you can buy them again. Oh, you have to buy so many of them. So it's a Zote Nemesis Operative, so it's going to be like the equivalent of a Dreadnought, the Red Terror, maybe. Buy the Amble. Oh, 3 models, remember, 3 models because there's 2 worms. They're an invasive predator species, and they are bad news if you discover one. They can rampage through the middle of a kill team. This is what they're saying. It's a subterranean creature. The Zote is the goat. The Zote.
Back about 10,000 years. And have a look at some upcoming
yes, the Blackstone Fortress.
We've got planned for Warhammer Horus Heresy. Start with, Jan.
Legions Astartes for Horus Heresy. Now, if the stream was working normally, it would be over by now.
And this is a new variant.
Alright, Spartan Prometheus assault tank, so it's got a lot of heavy bolters. That doesn't sound like Prometheus. That man is wearing a shield as a shoulder pad. Did you see that on the guy that's in the turret? That's not normal. That's not how you think.
The classic tank with
Oh no, it wasn't. Maybe it was just the back of the...
kit will include not just the heavy bolter
Might just be in the lid. The lid, the hatch. The hatch you go in. Dark Mechanicum. No, you have to play Legions Imperialis for Dark Mechanicum.
The one on the right-hand side, that's the... got some extra bits and pieces. Perfect way to
Another Land Raider. Yet more Land Raiders. We need our 6th variant. What is this? 2007? We need even more Land Raiders. Now we need Legion-specific Land Raiders. There's not a lot of Prometheum firing from a Prometheus assault tank. It's very Imperial Fist for the amount of heavy bolters it has. Patriarch proxy for the Amble? Yeah, you could do, could do. Bit wormy. Land Raider Extremer. Oh, there's some Ogrins, so they've essentially re-released them.
The Karanite Ogren section.
Yeah, Dark Mechanicus is Traitor Mechanicus, yes. The idea being they fled with the traitors into the Eye of Terror after the Horus Heresy, and they've been doing all their tech for them.
There we go.
That man's not wearing his mask. But good to see that it is a person under there, even if a really big person. Have mining tools? Well, for the size of them, you might be able to do an Abominant, but if you're doing an Abominant, we want Big Hammer Lady.
Yeah, absolutely. And this isn't the only thing for the...
They're always hiring new modelers. I don't know about more overall, but they're getting, like, they rotate through people, as you do as a company. No, I can't see the Karanites being in Astra Militarum. They're very Imperial armor. And then you got your mini mortars, fire support, but it's for Imperials, the Solar Auxilia, rather than being for the, like, the Iron Warriors or any of the other Space Marines.
That guy's clutching canisters, gorilla-tipped shells going underground and coming up inside bunkers and trench lines.
Big babies. The Ogrins are just big babies.
Multiple training.
Gotta have your drill fist and your claw fist. I don't know if you can make proper Gene Stealer cultists from them, though. Mole mortars? That's very like Votan or Squats, as it would be for the time. Yeah, it's like, we'll take all the things the Squats had, and they're ours now. The Leagues of Votan do have the Berserkers firing the mortar. I would say Aberrants and Brood Brothers could be, but they're probably going to be a bit too big. Remember, the Aberrants are on 32mm bases and are only ever so slightly bigger than Acolytes.
This thing became so...
Big Hammer Lady is excellent.
There's a fun fact, if you look at Caterpillar...
Spacesuits out of Alien? I think they need more like a dome helmet. I mean, for the, like, the Jackal Bikers, if you know, look at the wolf quad that the Atalan Jackals have. That is very Alien.
Heavy bolt has other options.
Laser destroyers, rapiers, but it's for the Solar Auxilia, not for Space Marines. So it has ballistic skill 4+, but it's otherwise basically the same.
Some of these things, the rules
Age of Sigmar Ogres become abominants. Yeah.
Fear not.
Yeah. So we have the battle. Oh, the Battle of Talon. They're doing the Battle of Talon book. So this is the big Battle of Talon, the biggest tank fight ever. The world is irradiated, and so you need to have. Well, we won't see Talon models. You don't have Talon models on the world of Talon. Why on earth would you have that? Tanks. They're all going to be represented by tanks. If a Chimera would represent the Steel Legion, though we found out it was a Krieg Chimera, then we'll have to have a Lehman Russ or similar to represent Talon. At the end of the day, the Gene Stealer cult players won. Yeah, we've got more things like vehicles we can use in our Brood Brothers Auxilia. We've got a Red Terror that we can potentially use.
An all-new Underworld's warband.
Only one Space Marine so far. What was our one Space Marine? Oh yes, the Land Raider. Krieg Mera. rather than Chimera. Just paint your las rifle section yellow. Just put some like cloth made out of strips of paper around them. And there's your Talon people. Battle of Talon again. I know there's so many books about it. There's a novel about it, a few novels about it. There was the Imperial Armor books about it. Now for Warhammer Underworlds, I'm only cared about the pets in Warhammer Underworlds. Just the little pets. Yeah, the cutest little buddies. They always have the best things. So that's a little fox. Elf fox. Fox deer. We'll say fox.
The enemy.
Yeah, the whole world of Talon got irradiated, and then the Iron Warriors were like, we're still going to come here because we can fight in this. And the people of Talon were like, well, we live underground now. And also we have a lot of tanks. That's a fancy fox. What does the fox say? Something in Elvish. Ah, Legions Imperialis campaign. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Fox deer. It is pure fear. Very good. We've got elves with bows and in a cloak. A novel concept. Ah, right. There's the claw symbol. Right, yes. The claw symbol we were looking at earlier. Though it seems like many days ago.
Very good. They depart now from.
They're going to depart where? For the old world? Depart Age of Sigmar?
Coming out for the strategy.
Oh, right. Oh, yes. We're doing Lord of the Rings now.
This is the first of the releases that commanders.
So this is from the War of Rohirrim film, animated film. It was a pretty good film. A lot of times I was like, the lead bad guy, he just does the stupidest things over and over. And the guy that's standing next to him being like, whatever you do, please do not do this incredibly specific thing. He's like, I'm going to do this incredibly specific thing that's going to see us dead. Great, loads of tribesmen died. Don't do this next really specific thing. Guess what I'm going to do next?
Essentially allows you to.
I know you don't mean my stream is bad. I know you mean Games Workshop stream. Oh, there's no old world this time. Okay. Unless there's a, well, here's something for Age of Sigmar, but also... Okay, good. We're starting to get the different images come out in Warhammer community, so we'll look at them a little bit later. Lord of the Rings is very fun to play, and you only need like 30 models at most. 30 models is the biggest that forces get. And then you've got a couple of characters, named characters, doesn't have to be named characters. Battle standard bearer, like a captain, and then 20 or so people. Yeah, you can repost things in the chat. I mean, if people care about the War for the Rohirrim, type 1 in the chat if you care about this. Press 2 in the chat if you don't really care about this at all. But you just need to have someone prod you to keep you awake. Yeah, the named characters aren't super OP. Just pretty standard kind of characters. A little bit better than normal, usually. 3, you love it, and also you don't care about it.
Someone just tipped 25.
Ooh, thank you very much for 25 monies. I appreciate that. That'll keep me going through yet another Games Workshop livestream. Yeah, the Fate dice, because you get Might, Will, and Fate. So Might is to change like a dice roll so that you just did enough to win the combat or kill a person. Will is to resist your magic powers. And then Fate is you roll a dice to not die. Essentially a 4+ ward save or invulnerable save. Otherwise, people don't have armor saves, which you'd think makes it extra killy, but all the fights are one-on-one, done more like 2nd edition. But it doesn't take as long as a 2nd edition fight phase. If you ever played 2nd edition, oh my goodness, crazy times. There were so many fights going on in second edition because you had to like pair up all the models, and then there was parrying. And if you had a Tyranid warrior with bone sword, if you look up the second edition Tyranid warriors with bone swords, they can parry twice, and anything can parry anything. Like an Imperial Guard sergeant with a power sword can absolutely parry a Greater Demon's giant axe.
All of the hand weapons changed.
Those look nice. Those are good Riders of Rohan. I still have the original Riders of Rohan. They're not painted. They're never going to be painted. If I ever needed a 40mm base, I knew where to go. But now, if you get any of the mission decks, you know, the mission decks, like the Leviathan mission deck, Pyrrhonectus mission deck, when you're done with them, take the objective markers from there. The objective markers are 40mm. Glue that to the bottom of a 25 or 32mm base, whatever you need to convert it into a 40mm base. And it works. Second edition 40k had gotten rid of a lot of the RPG stuff. But it was more of a skirmish game. Much more expanded than Necromunda. Then Necromunda was basically second edition, but you only have like 10 guys.
Our enemies think us weak. We will
Okay.
dissuade them of
Vortex
that
grenade,
notion.
kind of fun.
We shall not cower behind our walls. We are the wall.
Okay, that's a big hammer, lady.
Reclaim the lost realms. Our enemies will break upon our shields.
So we've got knights
And
on
by
foot. The
courage
Bretonnians
and
had to have
steel,
knights on
we
foot,
will
so
drive them back
now the
to whatever
Empire has
foul
knights on
pit
foot.
once spawned them.
Yeah, that's a big hammer lady with a cannon on her.
Our enemies think us weak.
The invasion of Medusa by the Iron Warriors versus Iron Hands in the 13th Black Crusade. That was a lot of fighting people. Yes, okay. Free Guild Grenadiers. Yeah, there's... okay, there is a guy with grenades. Bottom left, a guy with a grenade. Also a guy with a flamethrower. Hey, just put them straight into 40k. Why not? They look good. They look good. I know there's no multiple races in Cities of Sigmar. When they started off, they were just dwarves and elves, well, high elves, and wood elves, and also dark elves, and then the Empire altogether, and Bretonnians, though you could argue that the Bretonnians became the crypt ghouls. Yeah, there's still some dwarves and dark elves around, although the witch elves have been split off. Yes, Duardin. Well, there's 3 kinds of Duardin now. And I think the ones that were in Cities of Sigmar are going to get split off and be like the Mountain Holds people. Maybe they'll announce that in this stream. That's an okay flamethrower. Very Skaven. That's a very fat man, though. But hey, Gene Stealer cult for these guys, if you want some feudal Gene Stealer cultists. You've got Bombardier people, you've got flamethrowers. I think Marathi is worse. Erebus has never been intimate with his own sons. There's a lot of fat people for Cities of Sigmar, where they're always depicted as like rain-drenched and half-starved, and then they get to the fight. So Free Guild Gallants, they are knights on foot, because if Bretonia has it in the old world, then these guys need to turn up with it. Breacher Squad? Yes, Age of Sigmar Breacher Squads. Can we make them Gene Stealer cultists? I don't see why not. If you've got a flamer, and you've got bombs, and you've got some guys with guns, like a mortar launcher, that could be at least neophytes, if not acolytes.
My favorite helm of all.
Yeah, medieval Gene Stealer cultists. And then you can still have your Benefactors as your las cannon brain, because if they haven't got las cannons, you bring your own mind las cannon. Big hat. Beaky Marines indeed. Oh, and little Gargolians. Gargolians? Gargolians. Yeah, them. They're them. I can't remember how to say it. I know what it's spelled like. I recognize the word when I see it. So that's all of the tiny little things around, like the fish that walk.
This guy is Jorvan
Dragon with a
Bill.
key? Could be. That's a fancy dog.
Kind of like a ranger archetype.
Jovan Keel, kind of like a ranger or something.
As
Got a buckler? That looks like a buckler. Tiny knives. What's he standing on? Part of a roof that's broken off? It's a cat? I don't think it's a cat. It looks more like a dog. It's a lot of jeans to steal. A lot of trousers to take.
And he's still not
A panther dog?
a classic take on that warrior.
Yeah, the Gargillians are fun. Malus Forge Priest. Trying to think. It's like Magnus the Pious from Warhammer Fantasy, but again. Oh no, wait, it's not a named character because they've got two separate heads. Named characters don't have two separate heads unless they have a helmet. The head on the left is pretty standard warrior priest. And the head on the right is, what if I just strapped something to my face?
Absolutely.
Genestealer Occult Magos? Maybe. Could also function as like a locus. Little Hammer Man to Big Hammer Lady. Once again, the Genestealer Cult wins. So the Battle Sisters have one model, and then there's a lot of Genestealer Cult things. That looks fun. A Pyrocaster that's actually throwing out flames. Someone who did maybe the Twin Lance has gone, I'm going to do flames again on the base. I do hate the Twin Lance. Awful to play at. I played against the Twin Lance with my Death Watch, and the Twin Lance killed about 500 points. Easy. Just them. So annoying. Alright, then we've got an Amethyst Nail Mage. So that'll be death, because they've got a scythe. You have to have a scythe if you're part of the Wind of Death. Oh yeah, the Pyrocaster is a good priest with Vindictor. So this is Cities of Sigmar. So it's more of a friendly necromancer. It's a Wizard of Death. Yeah, shyish colour. That's the death place. Bell helmet. It's looking very... What's that game that everyone says is really difficult, but is actually just quite difficult? Soul, Bloodborne, Soulborn, Born of Soul, Soulborn, yeah, that. He has a helmet that's made out of a bell. Erasmus Zon. They made you wear that helmet in school? Oh dear. The Belmet. Mini Junith? Yeah, that does look like Junith. I don't think that sisters will approve of a two-headed demon beast, which is half goat, half bird. Count Bin Face.
Yeah, so that is a heliomorph.
Nell Mage, Death Knell. Yeah, it works, it works.
Person than I am, Cliffwing, and it is any combination of a ram, a griff, and it has a snake for it. Everybody. Absolutely.
And a snake tail too. So it's a very chimera looking thing. I don't know if he's part man, part skeleton. I think he's just old and withered because of death magic. Like all the necromancers are withered by death magic.
Gate guard. Fantastic.
Yeah, for Cities of Sigmar, this is very... Hey, what if we had a Zinj... Oh, Big Hammer Lady. Like that chimera creature should probably have some kind of Zangor riding it. Can't we all part skeleton? Yes. That is a good Big Hammer Lady. Don't think it needs the flying buttress part of it, but sure. Make it a bit more stable, as it's on someone's back.
Very well.
So these are ogres, rather than giants, so they won't be gargants. Oh, don't say it's the Twin Lance, it's the Twin Gate. One of them lies, one of them always tells the truth. You must figure out which.
Like
An Adorner's Triumph, that's going to be a terrain piece, I assume. You just go around. What's the problem? So after they've conquered a place, they're being like, hey, we did this. This is a little mini statue to set up to recognize that we dragged some stuff here flying around. My favorite model, literally a column, contains one Games Workshop model with some armor. Can make a Battle Sister statue, yeah. That's a Warcry warband, isn't it? But refitted. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a Warcry warband. With the father and daughter witch hunter team. I like their models, they're pretty good models. The Van Denst.
That's a lot of stuff for this Sigmar, right?
There is cheering happening in the crowd. Do you want to see some more? I'd love to hear something.
We persist in an age of monsters. And there are foes that faith and valor alone cannot best. For such enemies, Sigmar again provides. Take heart,
That's a big...
warriors of the God King.
Oh yeah, we saw one of these in an animation.
Fight in
They
the
were fighting the Dark
shadow
Oath
of Behemoth.
Marauders, and it's just
The
a
cog
watchtower
forts of
that
the Iron
walks.
World march with
No, this
us.
isn't Old World, this is Age of
With
Sigmar.
cannon and flame.
Yeah,
we
get a
will
walking
drive
fortress in there.
back the
Now,
enemies
if we
of
could have
Sigmar.
that,
With such
drop from
engines of
orbit,
war at our
and
side,
have a fleur-de-lis
how
on
can
it,
mere
I would be
monsters
very
stand
happy.
against us?
Drop sister time. Yeah, Howl's Moving Castle, absolutely. So, yes, we have the gate, carried by two ogres. We have our walking watchtower.
A fantastic new centerpiece.
The cog fort.
Sigmar armies. These are the cog forts, and right now on your screen, you have the cannonade cog fort.
I love this model so much. It is
Crossover with chess. Don't make me think of 40k and chess. Yep, walking gate, walking tower. Well, we already have the walking wall because it's the guys that we've already got that fire like a mini cannon.
Yeah, we've seen this hinted at in some artwork.
So if you look up, I think the current Cities of Sigmar, not Combat Patrol Spearhead, they've got them in there. Regicide, indeed, indeed. Ah, you thought the Sister Dogmata was the one on the biggest chair. Well, actually, there was a bigger chair created.
This is everything you carry the state of Sigmar into.
Yeah, this is the shooty.
Mm-hmm.
Gun on the back is called
Excellent.
Breaker Cannon. Very good at anything. One of the cool things about it, you get to choose.
All right, all right.
Stuff that is things in a different ability.
It's a big cog fort. Great, great.
Cog fort this kit makes. Also have the option for the Conqueror cog fort. This is
Yeah, it could be one of the super heavy tanks for your feudal Brood Brother Genestealer cult. Absolutely. Why not add a tank to a sword game? Well, we have giant monsters, so it's more adding a giant monster thing to a giant monster game.
The other thing that's got belly, instead of a cannon, you have a bridge and sally port.
Melee cog fort, that'll be for the orcs, of course. Then you have gun cog fort fighting orc cog fort. This is literal Mortal Engines, yeah.
Enemy with gallants, grenadiers or something like that, and kill anything that's
absolutely. Let's look at some of the.
You know, it'd probably work better if it had wheels. Just thinking. Wheels are easier to repair than walking legs. And if it's going to be walking, you can only have 3 of the legs on the ground at once and one of them moving, so it's very slow. Then someone shouts from the top, "Conurbation! Conurbation coming! And London must flee!" These are the mortal engines of our time. What kind of Darwinism was it called?
My favourite detail, you'll actually see on the very left of the screen.
Oh, it was like City Darwinism or some such.
Furnace. How was the
Big cannons on the top, or you got a flamethrower. Depends if you want to be anti-infantry or anti-tank.
This is the most valuable.
They don't have tread technology unless it's steam tanks. I don't know if they still have the steam tanks in the Age of Sigmar range. They must do. There was a plastic steam tank at some point, wasn't there? It's so silly that I like it. That's it, municipal Darwinism. Thank you very much. Oh good, they still have their steam engines. The ones I've seen have been like old world models for in metal, as old world players get out their old world stuff that they've had from 30 years ago. Yeah, it's good Da Vinci stuff, but for every different faction.
It is called the Iron March.
Great. At some point they'll think of, what if we had a castle and it's stationary? Like, nope, never works. Never works. This is an American take on the Tower of London. It's 80% guns. I have the old, I have the plastic, like, 2nd edition Terminator Librarian. The one that came in, like, Space Crusade or a Space Hulk add-on. I think it was a Space Hulk add-on, which also gave me the first Genestealer Occult models. Every castle is a cog fort. It just is in repair. An immobilized cog fort. That's what they're thinking of. Okay, put 1 in the chat if you love it, 2 if you don't care. For the cog fort. Should be a drop cathedral. 3 if you just want a drop cathedral.
There are cog forts in the realms, basically to tier.
Yeah, orc players will take that. Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, we need so many drop cathedrals. It's a shame we're just getting an epic hero for the Battle Sisters. The one epic hero that's leading the Battle Sisters on Armageddon. And of course it has to be our Martyred Lady on Armageddon, because they used to have a big shrine on Armageddon. Like a really big position for the sisters, to the point where, because they all got slaughtered by orcs, this was back in the Battle Sisters have to die in every single battle kind of lore time. And that's why our Martyred Lady changed their tabards from black to red. Because there used to be black tabards on black armor. Very easy to paint. But then after the Third War of Armageddon, it was like, hey, no, yeah, everyone's died, we got martyred. Like, Yep, sounds standard. City of the Sigmar book. Oh, and then another spearhead, City of Ash.
There's a new spearhead box, City of Ash, and it 2 forces. I feel like the room has picked up on one. I'll very briefly explain.
Interesting. 2-4 spearhead. So this is after like Ash and Born.
Let's talk about the other things.
Up against him is a long-anticipated expansion.
Night Runners. I've got Night Runners. I don't need to buy more Night Runners. I've got loads of Night Runners. I've got like 30 Night Runners at least, or 40 Night Runners, or 50 or 60 Night Runners actually. I was a Clan Eshin player. I have a Clan Eshin army. Skaven Cogfort. Give it a screaming bell. Stick a screaming bell on the top. There you go. Screaming bell, walking screaming bell. Yeah, so they're new Skaven for Age of Sigmar. Because we were kind of lacking the Clan Eshin stuff. And then Gutter Runners, including one with some kind of contraption on his back. So you got your Assassin Adept, the wannabe Assassin. Then you got the guy with the fancy thing on his back and the 2 punch daggers. Then you got the Eshin Claws, the Eshin Fighting Claws. Clan Scryer is not best Scryer, best clan. They are faulty and weak and their things explode and it's their fault that all my plans go awry. We've already seen that Deathmaster before, that's not a new model. Someone has to have lightning claws at this time. You don't get lightning claws in 40k. A new Deathmaster. Because the previous Deathmaster is retired. Sometimes they do that. Sometimes they're not like, let's bring back our Blood Angels captain. and have Captain Tycho again. Sometimes they're like, okay, we're going to replace Lord Solar Macarius with Lord Solar Leontus. Different man. Tell me your favorite clan in chat. I'm definitely Clan Eshin. It's Clan Molder with all the monsters, Clan Scriber with all of the lightning and guns and explosive stuff, and then there's Clan Pestilence with Plague. Or there's just the Clans Verminous, which is the basic guys. Clan Jade Falcon. 11th edition reveal went, so they've been going for an hour now. I'm guessing soon. Scrira because they have nukes. Oh dear. The Foot Clan. Ah, that's a good reference. I like it. Witty, witty. Clan Eshin. Clan Eshin is the clan that you never see coming. So this is terrain you get in the Spearhead box. Yeah, there's also the Master Clan with the Greyseers. The Blood Bowl team is going to be Clan Eshin because you can have Night Runners in that and Assassins and stuff. This is the rest of the wall. So there's part of the wall, and if you take the cities of Sigmar people, you can make the rest of the wall. And then in the center, you have the fortress. L-shaped, I know. That's because we've got like the outline of a ruin. I don't mind that. I don't mind that as a board. Like there's your big ruin, and then you've got, it's just the big ruin in the center. That's the only thing. Maybe it is going to be like area terrain, area.
That was.
Greyseer Thanquil's technically the Greyseer leading master clan.
We are going to return back to
Clan Von Carmian, yeah. Who wants to join Clan Von Carmian?
a really exciting video to show you.
Trying to hear what they're saying. Something is coming. Foghorns. Are we finally getting 11th edition reveal? Okay. Okay.
Armageddon. The war world. Its soil is worthless, salted by the blood and sweat of generations.
Undoubtedly became a member of Von Carmian's legion.
Thank you for joining the clan.
War is all that
Ultramarines.
remains. It rises from the dust and echoes in the sky, a promise, a cacophony of endings.
New Storm Speeder or existing Storm Speeder? Well, that's an interesting thing. Okay, that Storm Speeder didn't last. We've got Blood Angels there. Let's put Blade Guard. Is this going to be Vanguard veterans?
Sanguinius' sons.
A chaplain
Angels
with a
of
jump
death.
pack? That looks like a tactical marine.
We belong
That looks a lot
here.
like a tactical marine.
Our veins burn with his wrath. Our twin hearts hammer with his rage. War is all that we know.
Okay, good. There's your War Energy Man, so I assume the chaplain's going to get killed now. No, we're just melting away. Fine.
This world must hold. There can be no retreat. There can be no mercy.
Is that the war
There can
boss?
be no peace. There is only...
There's a Melissa's Dreadnought in the background. Not bad, not bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the cinematic trailer for a new edition.
So the chaplain survived.
40,000. Did you like what you saw? Let's talk about it for just a minute, because I thought that was a... Yeah, we saw some...
Very, very cool stuff in there. Obviously, Blood Angels back to Armageddon. Nation. Maybe not seen.
Right, so we're definitely on Armageddon.
And a classic.
They at least said that it's 11th edition. But normally, yeah, they don't use numbers. Vanguard veterans.
There's a lot to like in that. My favourite moment.
My favorite moment.
Makes a Crozius.
Yeah.
Love it. So incredible. Announce about that.
All right.
Game.
Right to the game. It's new 40k. Yeah.
First up, it's new Warhammer 40,000. Let's talk about the game. Eddie, what can you tell us?
Yeah, so a new Warhammer 40.
Well, loads of changes.
Game.
Right, focus on a different region of the galaxy. Back to Armageddon for the 5th time.
Such an iconic setting. And
Blood Angels, Krieg. Not Steel Legion.
What's happening at cinema? Eric.
Right, so the campaign book, Return of Yarrick, coming out is going to be setting up the next edition. Before the Space Marines arrive again, it's all about the humans. Like the sisters, but not Steel Legion.
Help comes in.
Right, Big Crusade, we've got Blood Angels, Ultramarines.
Yeah, Ultimate. Templar.
Got the proper marked helmet, yep.
classics.
The good old-fashioned Space Marine.
Once again to
The Tyranid War is maybe ongoing, or it's fine.
know anything about.
We don't know of any Gene Stealer cult there. Really big war, the biggest war ever.
Show you the launch box.
Alright, let's see launch box. Oh well, saved me making a video on it.
This is Warhammer.
Okay, that's just a box cover.
Is a
So it's
new launch
kind of
box
like the
for new
2nd edition starter set.
artwork.
Look.
Quite nostalgic happening.
Yeah, it's trying to look very 2nd edition. That's an orc in the bottom left with a horned head.
This really reminds
Horned
me
helmet.
of my youth. Do it.
Yeah.
It's a lot like the 2nd edition of 40k to look at, but realised it was fantastic.
I mean, the last edition was very 2nd edition as well. With the way, like, the Screamer Killer, Zone Thrope, well, Neuro Tyrant.
Space Marine. Placement of character. That piece of artwork, obviously, earlier Armageddon.
So that would be like the 2nd War of Armageddon, probably. Second edition. Okay, they're not telling us everything. Are they going to show off the models? Or tell us? They're just saying something cool's inside.
A bit more about the rules.
Right, the rules.
So let's talk a little bit about those rules. Start with first point.
Balanced.
Never the
Right, so rather than doing narrative play and match play, they're going to try and merge them. Okay. Interesting. Rather than having different ways to play, they're going to just have one way to play. I don't know how well that's going to go for them. What do you think, chat? Yeah, balanced, haha. It'll work out fine. Yeah, so 10th edition is compatible with 11th edition.
So this is a really important point. In some editions of Warhammer 40,000 in the past,
Some of the editions they've had okay, the codex doesn't work. We saw that 9th edition to 10th edition. We saw it like 7th edition to 8th edition. But like 8th and 9th were compatible, 6th and 7th were compatible. 11th edition is compatible with 10th edition. Okay, campaign detachments will still work. So the Sisters detachment we're going to get later is going to be compatible with next edition. Good.
If you want new ways to use in your collection or an excuse to get new models, attachments.
Oh, we're going to maybe...
Yeah,
oh no. That's a lot of detachments.
There will be over 70 detachments.
That's a bit of a bloat. Uh-oh. January will never get to end. 70. 35 of them for Space Marines, yeah. That doesn't sound so good with the bloat. Yeah, I don't know if we needed that. So these don't replace the 10th edition codexes. Alright, detachments work in a different way, slightly. You can use the current ones. Or there's another way of putting your army together. The new detachment is going to be modular. Right, so you can do like a half and half. I don't know how this is going to be very balanced, but balance is going to be very difficult and it's something they want to do, but I like the idea. Rather than, okay, the aberrant detachment, but it doesn't work for like neophytes. Brood Brothers as a half detachment? Ooh, interesting, interesting. Multiple half detachments per army? Right, so you can use the current detachments that you got for 10th edition. Alternatively, you can use part of the other detachments, these new detachments. Right, let's see what we've got. It won't necessarily be like, I mean, the Space Marine one could be very confusing. Right, so you can get like a boost to certain different units.
So next up,
Okay. 70 might be accounting for all the combos. Alright, what we're doing with objectives. Uh-oh.
No more objective.
That's interesting. Right. So rather than circles, we're fighting over squares.
The idea is that your games will focus on the things that you imagine you're doing when you're playing a game of Warhammer.
Uh-oh.
I've never once daydreamed taking I've daydreamed of my...
Right, so you can take... Okay, so it's a slight difference, but yeah, you're taking squares rather than taking circles. So you're going to need at least 5 or 6 pieces of terrain. L-shaped objectives. Right, the detachment you choose dictate the mission? This is going to be faction secondaries again, isn't it? Like in 9th edition. This definitely sounds like faction-specific secondary missions. Okay.
Take heads, given a mission to play that acts the narrative.
Right, so it's a bit like how Combat Patrol works. So you get a secondary mission with your Combat Patrol specific to yours. Oh. No stratagem
Seems like a
stacking?
popular one in the room. So right now,
Explain.
we play a game of 1,000 go-to tactics and points.
Right. There's probably going to be a limit to the number of command points you can use in a turn. Yes, you have Armor of Contempt on top of Stealth, on top of whatever else.
Have more than
Okay, one stratagem per unit per phase.
they did.
We should also talk about
Okay.
in early phase of the game.
Yeah, I was going to talk about this.
This is a really big
In
one,
the
especially
Maelstrom book, there's a way to keep your units hidden.
cannot target enemy unit as not unless you are
15 inches. Okay, you have to be within 15 inches.
Imagine when you
If they're
deploy your
within
army,
terrain
you
and they
put
haven't shot,
Devastator squad,
they've been like hiding.
heavy weapon team,
You can't shoot them unless you're within 15.
Like a fortification, things. That's seen. Look at the guys lying in ambush and staying out of sight. That's what you get on the tabletop. You don't have to park weirdly behind terrain now in it and still benefit.
and you get that benefit up until
Okay.
unit high up in the terrain feature. You have to hide, and they are safe unless the enemy gets.
So the units can't be shot at outside of 15 inches. So basically everyone is lone operative 15 as long as they haven't shot or charged.
There's some big changes across that phase.
So you won't need as much terrain.
Big ones. Fast
Better,
dice roll.
better.
Most players
Yeah, we do fast dice rolling anyway.
the now written to attacks together. Kind of doing
I mean, non-ruins would be nice. Take that particular wood. Right, combat activation.
now go. That means
When you charge, your fight first units go before enemy fight first.
that's quite a big
Right,
change.
so alternating activations with the charging. Oh, hang on.
Everything
All pile-ins happen,
then you do all
then you do all the combats,
that means
then all the consolidations.
And the final one, near to my heart, because I like those
Improvements.
they don't pay off. You guys stand around different now.
so the way that charges
Right, charges. You roll a... Okay, now it's gone to more Age of Sigmar, right? So for charges, you roll a dice,
major things.
then you
So
get to decide who you charge based on what you rolled.
and you don't manage to get that.
So if you're like, oh, I rolled a 12, I'm going to go for something crazy.
You can now charge ahead, so you generally end up with less units standing around and kind of having failed. It also means occasionally you might get big long charge that you
Yeah, okay, so yeah, it's like Age of Sigmar. You roll a dice, then you decide where you're going to charge after that.
don't like it when units end up
Should you be upset by this? No, it's probably going to be good stuff. I mean, getting charges off has been a complaint of this edition a lot.
They drive around in chimeras. Exciting. Tell us about combat disembark.
There is now a rule where if
Combat disembark. If you're a transport,
out
all right, you can disembark straight into combat if your transport is in combat.
always the best
However,
idea because the unit will be battle shocked and might take casualty.
you'll be battle shocked and probably have to take a desperate escape test or something.
Lockdown, trying to drive forward.
So
Units to get
I don't know about melee edition.
Next up, we should
Maybe,
talk about the leaders
maybe,
and the impact they have
but
in
you still get it shot if you're in the open.
Leaders are always going to lead.
You've only got like the lone operative
yeah, so
if you're within
when
15
you
inches.
hit,
Oh,
a
models
speeding-
leading a unit.
have a chaplain
Right, leaders always lead. So
happens in killed benefits.
Right, so it's a lot of things that we've expected.
Your chaplain doesn't become
If you have like a
inexplicably
librarian
worse in
who
combat
gives
because
you sustained hits while leading a unit, it's now
means
librarians always have sustained hits.
a unit
As long as they were
is being
leading a unit at the
maximum
start of the game,
right up
they keep it.
Absolutely. I guess the last thing we should start with is going to be a huge Warhammer 4.
Yeah, so
The app's going to get updated.
4000 app has already proven really useful. Loads of you time. We're going to
Just updated rather than a new one.
make it an potential. Loads of things we can announce today.
Say Legends.
Language
Okay, okay, increasing language support, but say Legends, add Legends. No, they're saying you can do it in French. Fine. But
and that will start with
Legends? Legends there?
and combat patrol.
Core rules, mission rules, and combat patrol to start with.
Language you
Oh, we have Warpedia.
Had a chance. Can't reveal it yet.
So one of the things for Fight First is it's going to be the attacking, like the active player who gets to pick a unit first,
loads more about all
gets to fight first when they charge. So you get to fight first with at least one of your units. That's going to be the unit that can, you know, charge the Fight First enemy unit. So Fight First is not going to be a great ability to have anymore. All right, we're going to see some models. See some models. Show us some models. Well, I'd love to be able to see it. I can hear it. Is that a tactical marine? Be a tactical marine. That's just otherwise it's an intercessor that's reloading. Say it's a tactical marine. It's a tactical marine. Oh, who doubted that would there be tactical squads?
This is the first of the new Space Marine models. I'm going to show you him today. He's a Space Marine intercessor.
Oh, it says it's an intercessor.
Together of
Okay, yeah, tactical intercessor.
has taken its toll on the
All classic armor elements, just the helmets.
They went out has now had to be supplemented with. Plus, though, that means
It's a new tactical marine.
Good look, right?
it's a good look. And
Just
that
have
is
Mark 7 helmets on everyone. Firstborn are not dead.
elements recognized mixed in.
We'll see what weapons they have for tactical intercessors.
Some lovely little style.
Beaky helmet. We'd like the beaky helmet, the Mark 6. I have a lot of Mark 6. I like the Mark 7 as well in the standard guys.
A bit more gothic every time we see it. One of the other things to and all while he looks
You can paint all of them any different way. This is your one Blood Angel tactical marine you get in the box set.
based, I guess.
But yeah, you can paint them however you want. So when they're showing off like Ultramarines or Blood Angels in the trailer, whichever one you fancy.
Let's see an orc then.
Okay, so there's one tactical marine. The tactical marine. And then an orc boy is coming. You can hear the audio for it. No, they said intercessor rather than tactical marine. It's an orc boy with a shooter and a slugger and a chopper. I wonder if these tactical intercessors will have more than just bolters though. Then they are a tactical squad.
And something's a bit different about him, right?
Yeah, so I think some of you in the video and obviously they're on screen. Yes, it is. You had to choose.
Right, so it has a shooter and a chopper and a slugger. Okay, sure. So it means that the box set that no one liked, the Orc box, which had some with choppers, some with shooters, now they've got both of them. Just put a bayonet on your shooter, yeah.
One more coming in this box now, and that is that
That other foot might be touching the rock. So he's almost, he's about to do a tactical rock. There is at least one squig. That was the cheer. They're getting a cheer for the tactical rock. Does this mean 11th edition coming out in June? I expect so. There's a little squig.
well. You will need to wait
Adorable
a little
squig.
bit longer to see the rest. Say your disappointment. It'll be worth the wait, we promise. That brings us to the end of all of our reveals. Did you like what you saw?
Okay.
I guess what we
I mean,
need
the
to
Orc
do now,
boys, the Shooter boys, and the
bring
Chopper
this thing
boys are
home
already
and
the
wrap
same
up this
unit.
brief. First of all, thank you so much for bearing with us through the technical difficulties.
They're saying thanks for bearing through with the technical difficulties.
And your attitude, energy has carried this through for us, so thank you.
Well, thank you everyone that turned up to Games Workshop's live stream. We're going to look at some of the things we can actually see as real pictures for a little bit.
Horus, Heresy, Warhammer Plus team, that great stuff from the licensees. Check them out downstairs. Adepticon. Our friends at George Helmet, Underworlds, Warhammer Age of Sigmar with the incredible cock. And the biggest news, years and years, a new edition of Warhammer.
The biggest news in years is that there's a new edition of 40k. Well,
Obviously, I'm very excited about a new.
you know, 3 years it's been.
Been giddy about that.
I have been so excited about.
They want the Cogfort. Cogfort is good.
I am completely taken.
Yeah, it's a terrible stream from them. I know. We'll have to see 11th edition properly. I mean, the idea of some of the things is good.
Get all of access. Other videos as we lead up to the.
After your 40, yeah, I mean, you're fine with whatever helmet you've got, whether it's a Mark 7 or Mark 6. Mark 10 obviously is well out. No one can have that one.
For letting us come here.
Faction-specific secondary missions. If you didn't play in 9th edition, there was a lot, and some of them were really easy to do. And then if they ever wanted to balance a faction, they would just change the secondaries. So, like the Catan, the Catan are too strong. In the last balance patch, they would just say, okay, this particular secondary mission cannot be done by monsters. And they would leave balance at that.
Eddie and I would like to personally thank all of you making this preview.
The Mark 10 helmet is just the worst Mark 4 helmet.
All of you in the room.
Yeah, Fights First is going to be awkward. It's going to be like, okay, it's only for ongoing combats. Fight First units are going to have to, well, they're going to have to get cheaper. Like a Locust for the Gene Stealer cult, make it 30 points. The Judicia for Space Marines, they're never going to get seen again. So very occasionally you get to swing. Right, let me change that up. Don't need that anymore. Don't need that. Let's go and have a look at some of the things proper. Not for very long though, because I am a bit slippy. And that, right. So this was the Cadian kill team and the Red Terror. Yep, can't see the video. Right, yes, the Red Terror. So we've got new expansion of kill team. We have Elite Spectre Squad, call sign Jester. You're going to summon Harlequins if you call himself that. And go get the Red Terror. It's got statues, nice. Breaking the statues, so you got some shards of the statue there. That's a good model. Looks very much like the Trigon, but isn't. Veteran Sergeant, that's an interesting las carbine. Got plasma weapon. They have camo cloaks. Okay. I can see the Gaunt Ghosts being overtaken. And then Nemesis things generating characteristics. Fighter Dreadnought. Have big things with you. Okay. So yeah, you got a Screamer Killer. You got a Dreadnought, you got a Hellbrute, and they're all punching each other. So it's a lot like when you play Space Marine 2 and you save up for the Dreadnought and then you get the Dreadnought. Or an Amble. Anyone can have the Amble. That's very nice. Okay, next thing. Just waiting until they've got the article on like first edition. On the next edition, let's take a look at the Battle Sister. Annoying. That. Go there. Alright, Battle Sister. Right, Imperial reinforcements for the Imperial Guard. So you've got Wazdaka with his interesting bike that's doing a really, it's like meant to be going really fast, and you got the smoke. It's a nice look. Beaky helmet on the bike. Gotta bring back the beakies. Yeah, we expected Wazdaka coming in. He's your biker boss. Now let me just check if Wazdaka already had rules. Because he might have already had rules in Legends. No, doesn't look like it. No, he hasn't been around for a while. There's a war boss on bike. But that's not the same thing. Then we got Commissar Yarrick back. Yep. Supposedly, Space Wolf magic brought him back. And we got another Commissar, Commissar Graves. With a power fist and a power sword. There was, not too long ago, I mean it's probably like 10 years ago now, a Commissar with a power fist and power sword. So if you've got that model, you can keep using them. And there's also like even older power fist. Oh no, yeah, I'm thinking of like a metal Commissar. Okay, from 25 years ago, there was a Commissar with a power fist and power sword. You could use that model as this lady. Feminine pronouns. Got vigilance. It's got some heavy stabbers. Wonderful. Drive yourself into the orcs. Then you've got the bolt pistol, power sword, power fist. I like it better when the commissars have a bolt pistol. That is the commissar weapon. That is the weapon they're meant to have. So stick with it. None of this plasma nonsense. Alright, yeah, you go and shoot some people, although we just saw Yarrick in the trailer shoot some people. Right, this Inquisitor Croyle, we can actually find out something about them. That is a freaky beast. That's got 8 legs by the look of it, so it's not a Tyranid, if you count like the front limbs. It's got 2 heads, yeah, 2 heads for even the mount. A hat or not a hat. Ordo Xenos, as we'd expect. Yeah, that's why he's got something that looks like a Tau rifle, but it's probably not a Tau rifle. It's a Toxcycler and a 6-legged, I think there's 8 legs, but I'm counting the front. Okay, so if it had 8 legs, you know it's not a Tyranid. This could be a Tyranid. We don't know. We don't know. So I assume Monster Hunter. 2 heads, 2 heads. Right, then the Battle Sister. So this is Intransia Frey, Dogmata Superior. Special character. Alright. Yes, our Martyred Lady, cause Armageddon is our Martyred Lady's, like, almost their home planet, but it's not. Because they're either on Ophelia 4 or Terra. I can't remember which one. I think it's Ophelia. And if it's not 4, it's 6. And if it's not 6, it's 7. Yeah, 2 heavy bolters, 2 heavy flamers, missiles. Okay, you can have a helmet. Good. I like a helmet. Do we like a helmet? 1 for helmet, 2 for bareheaded. And you've got the chains at the back, so we know it's a Dogmata. Then this is the Throne of Blame. Different to Karamazov's throne. So you'll probably point at something and then be like, okay, you get to die. Then a Centaur, right, so Imperial Guard things, or Brood Brothers. Centaur Rapid Strike Vehicle, it's not a Chimera, it's something different. Right, so you're going to be able to disembark very quickly. You probably want to fit more than 2 troops in, but it's nice to see you get more infantry guys. If you just want to make a character out of the guys you get in the box, you can, as you can with like the neophytes that come with the Genestealer Cult truck. Yeah, Enthroned Agent Proxy, exactly. This is definitely bolt action Conflict 47. And it's not a Tower Rocks. It's something slightly different. So your Hippogriff, there you go. Yeah, you get that straight out of Conflict 47 for the British Commonwealth. That even looks like it's got the white, red, white, tiny little dash. Can you see right on the front? It has the tiny dash of white, red, white, which is the British symbol for tanks. At least, okay, not drive me closer, I want to hit them with my sword. Drive me closer, I want to hit them with my las pistol. Got 6 wheels, got a battle cannon, mini battle cannon. Or it might just be a regular battle cannon. And if it is a regular battle cannon, you want a battle cannon, don't bother with the Leman Rest with battle cannon, just have this. Oh, we've got the Castigator Gatling Cannon, which sounds like a Tower Rocks Prime. Don't know if that'll get retired. Unlikely but possible, but unlikely but possible. This is why we want to have legends. Or the tank destroying melter cannon, or a las cannon. Just have a las cannon. Surely, if points dependent, depends how they do points in 11th edition. But won't you just want the battle cannon? So it's scouts, I assume. Then we have the return to Yarrick. Return to Armageddon book. Right, so we've got the story and also missions in the middle. We'll have the lore on the left, and then the detachments on the right. As primarily a melee army, it sounds like 11th is going to be 10th, but favouring melee armies instead of shooting? Maybe. What I'm thinking they'll do is reduce the amount of terrain you have on the board, because objective markers are not circles you stand on. Very disappointing, as I was about to pay someone to make some objective markers with Christian von Carmian's face on it. That might get scrapped now. Oh well, never mind. I'm glad I waited at least until 11th edition before trying to launch it. No, so there might be less terrain. So if there's 5 objectives, there might only be 5 pieces of terrain on the board. And so that's a lot of open ground to get shot in. And you only get the, you can't shoot me if you're within 15 inches if you're in terrain. And then it's only if you haven't like shot. So maybe you can rush into some terrain and then not do anything, and then you can only be shot within 15 inches, which means you'll probably get charged. Interesting. Depends what they do with terrain more than anything. It sounds like it's trying to be less lethal, less massive combos of full rerolls to hit and full rerolls to wound and devastating wounds from a stratagem and something else. Yeah, if you want to clear someone out of terrain, you need to get very close. 15 inches close. Is it a Mark II? Let's have a look. Yeah. That just looks like a Humber. A British Humber. We might be entering a less killy edition, and that is a big thing. So the first video I do after this live stream, so maybe I can get it done tomorrow, will be about the killiness of 11th edition and ways to tone it back. I was annoyingly already going to make a video about how they're going to take a rule from the Maelstrom and apply it to 11th edition. So I can't be saying I told you so on that particular front, even though I've told you so on many other things. Right, 4 factions. Right, so Astra Militarum, Adeptus Sororitas, Deathwatch! Deathwatch getting a detachment. Oh no, sorry, Deathwatch getting a themed battalion box. Right, yeah. So Imperial Guard, tank, little tanks, transport tank, Cadians, Battle Sisters, you got Novitiates, you got a Palatine, you got Repentia, you got your 3 Nundums. Then the Deathwatch is 2 5-man kill teams in a Corvus Blackstar. I wouldn't quite call it a... Can we move along with this? There we are. That's your Deathwatch kill team. It all fits inside a transport. Great, that's definitely a mega deal box. That looks like a combat patrol. That is maybe less than a combat patrol. But sure, it's a battle force. You've got the Orc Speedy Battle Force, which looks like a combat patrol. They're not saying combat patrol though, are they? No, battalion boxes. These better be very cheap at like combat patrol price. Because even £100 for a flyer and 10 guys, that doesn't sound like it's worth it. Unless we're going back to £50 battle forces, but I can't see that being £50. No, these are going to be weirdly priced. Okay, next one. They better make flyers viable? Yeah. We'll see. So I got excited for a moment about Death Watch detachment, so not coming soon. Is that all of the things there? Right, let's have a look at what they said about the 11th edition. Initial thoughts are they're going for a less killy version, which is what we want, because lethality is why you have to have so much terrain. If there isn't as much lethality, you don't need as much terrain, fewer L-shaped ruins. Or they go the way I feared in that video I released on Monday, which was just have square terrain. Just rather than circles on a board, it's squares on a board. And you pretend that's a bunker. And you say, go take that bunker, but you're actually just taking a square or a rectangle. Not that button. That button, right. So, yes, we're all surprised there's a next edition. The law. What happens? The Orc Vanguard of Wazdaka Gutsmeg has landed? And then Ghazghkul's coming. Right, I was about to say, you can't have a bigger war than Ghazghkul. So, Space Marines of many chapters come. There's Blood Angels, so we've got guys with shields, so we've got probably Blade Guard veterans, Chaplain with a jump pack, Vanguard veterans. Yes, so we've got Salamanders, Ultramarines, Space Wolves, all of the first founding chapters. Why not? So there's a book. No, there's a box. There's a box. There's a box. So you can't see everything yet. Over, if they do the same as they did with 10th edition, which I expect they will, over the next month and 2 months, they'll be showing off like a unit at a time. Like every week, you'll see a new unit. Or you'll see some of the Orcs, and then you'll see some of the Space Marines. Right, so there's a heavy weapon Space Marine there. Looks kind of like he's got a heavy bolter. Guy with the blue head. Maybe. Okay, yeah, we'll look in the box, as well as a live unboxing in a few weeks' time. The models, right, so it says a new Intercessor squad. Combines the contemporary look of Space Marines with classic details. That's what we want from the look. Can we have a mix of weapons, though? Honestly, I've heard every edition for the past, now 4 editions, that they're going to get rid of the Tactical Squad. The Tactical Squad will be gone! The Tactical Squad will be removed, it'll be Legends and then dead, and then you'll never see it again. And it still hasn't happened. Right, so we've got older parts, older kits. Yes, that is the good helmet. That's what we like. From the tubing and the protrusions, like the artwork there on the right-hand side, that looks like the Mark 7. The one on the model looks like the Mark 8. Would you agree? New Land Raider in the box? No new Land Raider. No. I don't think we saw anything there. Oh dear, right. Probably a Gravis dude. Right, is that a Gravis dude? Is that a Gravis heavy weapon man? It looks quite Gravis, yeah. It's got the full collar and the bit at the back. Okay, so you've got some Gravis guys. Probably not with multi-melters this time. Is that a Gretchen as well? That definitely looks like a Gretchen. Okay, so it's very 2nd edition. You've got your Orc boys, you've got some Gretchen. There's not a Dreadnought, but there's a mech on a Walker. Right, yeah. Still got the Orc boy, but he's got a chopper and shooter. Convenient. Right, a flavour of the rules. Okay, current codexes and faction rules are still valid. So that means as they stand now, it will have to work, which means they will have to assign these new secondary missions or primary missions to the different detachments that currently exist. So if you pick a Bringers of Flame detachment, then you're probably going to have to do something speedy to break through the enemy, perhaps. I kind of like the idea. If it's a primary mission rather than a secondary mission, yeah. Still going to be taking objectives. So I don't know what they'll do with the Gene Stealer cult. It's an interesting one. Especially if you got modular detachments. So let's find out a bit more about the modular detachments. Right, detachments, something bespoke, right. It's over 17, right, it says new and updated detachments. We'll have to count up all the detachments that currently exist. Then say, is that less than 70? If it's less than 70, then maybe make up the difference. But updated detachments. So that could also mean that some detachments are gone. Unlikely, as they said, the codex is compatible and anything in the campaign book is compatible. I hope that doesn't mean they get rid of like the Grotmus ones, because that's how we play Final Day. How many different factions are there in 40k? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 23 factions. 70 divided by 23. It's about 3 new detachments each, if they were all new detachments. Then you've got to split up the Space Marines. So we're probably looking at 1 additional new detachment. So that'll mean from the Armageddon book, the Sisters will go up to 6 detachments to match like everything else. Then everyone gets 1 new one. Yeah, 70 is about 3 each, but... Well, I said Auspex has been making the video he's been working on as we've been doing this. I'm going to wait. I'm going to go to sleep soon enough. Right, so detachments will still work for the ones we've currently got, but I'm expecting probably 1 new detachment for every army. So Battle Sisters go up to 7, Gene Stealer Cult go up to 7. Right, objectives in the game are part of the type of army you'll be bringing. If you hold ground, you'll get rewards for probably holding your home objective. Assuming there's a home objective, like a home bit of terrain. We don't know how many objectives there'll be on the board. We're saying like, oh, there could be less terrain, but that's me assuming there's 5 objectives on the table. If there's 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, and if you have like 6 in no man's land and 2 in each person's deployment zone, then we're looking at even more terrain than we currently have now, if every objective is terrain. Right, or if you just want to kill lots of enemies, hey, that's a World Eaters thing. Then you get rewarded for that. No more circles, okay. Terrain footprints. Determine control of key locations, relics, or fortifications. That just sounds like we're fighting over oblongs rather than over circles. So we'll just have squares on a board. Black and white, squares on a board, squares are terrain, and objectives. White ones are open ground. The black squares are terrain, the white squares are open, the black squares are terrain, the white squares are open. Oh dear. Right. Default bonus for cover now impacts hit rolls, not saves. Okay, so like stealth, everyone gets stealth. Probably. Rather than affecting saves, because the saves was like, okay, my Space Marines win cover. Sometimes I might get a cover save, like Battle Sisters only sometimes get a cover save. Nice that when part of you is being hidden, you're not getting shot. Right, combat, a cleaner fight phase. Charges include more flexibility for picking targets when charging. So, fast rolling for dealing damage? I mean, I know that currently we have like, each individual weapon needs to be rolled individually. And then you do the hit roll, wound roll, and save for that, assign damage. Then you pick the next weapon and do the same again. I don't know how you're going to do fast dice rolling for that. I'm surely we're already on fast dice rolling. Changes the order of consolidation pile-in moves. So there's going to be like a overall pile-in step. So you've done all your charges, fine. Now you're fighting, and then before you're fighting, every unit that can piles in. You do that across the whole table. Then you do the fighting, and then I guess there's a overall consolidation at the very, very end. But from the way like the fight first mechanics work and they were talking about them, it still sounds like it'll be like Age of Sigmar. One person picks a unit, then another person picks a unit, starting with the active player. With fight first being rubbish. Okay, now that looks a lot like the launch box, but it's not. No, there was Assault Intercessors on the left, those are Infernus Marines in the middle, and Blade Guard at the front. Right, we've seen them before. Our coverage of this groundbreaking new edition will begin soon. Right, so do you want to be a Space Marine or do you want to be... Oh, right, okay, and then you pick a side. Go on, we'll pick a side, pick the Space Marines. Does this do something? Okay. Then it wants you to sign up. Right. That's that. Interesting. Right, so the terrain and the 15-inch terrain thing. From what I got from them talking, not L-shaped objectives, but terrain. Yeah, bit like Age of Sigmar cover. We don't know. We won't know. No, there'll be like 4 steps in the melee. So it'll be like charge, which is its own phase at the moment. Then you do pile in all over. Then everything fights. Then everything consolidates. Right, so the terrain is like the objectives are terrain, area terrain. Okay. If you're in the terrain, you get the save or reduction to enemy hit rolls. Something you'll have to remember before you do the hits, because usually people like just roll dice and it's like a hit on this, and then you start picking up dice like, whoa, stop, wait, -1 because I'm in cover, and then we'll have to figure out how many models are in cover. So is it going to be if the majority of the units in cover, you get cover? Because what if half the units in, half the units out? How do you do -1 to hit then? No, it's alright, I can do the terrain thing. And then the 15 inches, you can't shoot someone that's in cover that didn't shoot in their turn if they're more than 15 inches away. L-shaped objective markers. A square is just 2 L's. I know. Yes, they have announced 11th edition. That is coming. Oh me, oh my. Yeah, it's an interesting one for sure with the terrain. It's not... I mean, most of this stuff sounds good. It's when we get the details. For 10th edition, a lot of the stuff sounded really good. And then how they actually implement it is the interesting thing. Yeah, if they do area terrain and everything is just area terrain, maybe solid walls don't exist, or maybe they do exist, and maybe it's very important. What date can we anticipate the launch box? I would say June, I think. If I could go to Christian von Carmian's channel, then I might be able to give you a better date, because it'll go off like the oldest stuff that was coming. That was like a month. Okay, so end of March, still nothing. They were telling us how to build an army at the start of April 2023. Then they had another balance patch in like 9th edition. Then they started talking about terrain. Then they started showing off bits of cover. Then we're looking at... Oh yeah, then they did a faction focus for every army. So that's where we'll probably get to find out the new detachment. They might show us the new detachment. I don't know if I can do a detachment focus on something that's not actually out yet. Then we talked about the core stratagems. Ooh. It was quite a while afterwards, actually. So we found out about points and how the points worked 16th of June. So we're looking at about the 20-something of June. To give a better stab at it, March, April, May, June. Yeah, let's say exactly the 20th of June. That's probably when the next edition starter set's coming out. Does that sound soon? Christian von Carmian sounds like a very good channel. They are incredibly handsome and incredibly useful. Well, I'm hoping that more things like for Age of Sigmar and Horus Heresy, all of their apps, all of their books, it's all integrating Legends units. I was unfortunate that when they were talking about the app, they just talked about it's now going to be available in like French and Japanese. Yeah. If you're doing an escalation league starting in a month, you'll probably just want to play out this edition rather than swapping out in the middle of it. Otherwise, you'll be playing like really big points levels and it'll be a new edition. And I recommend being like, hey, it's about go back to like 1,000 points, 500 points even. That's good. Does benefit of cover affect the hit roll in 11th edition? That's what they're saying. Benefit of cover is don't need that anymore. Benefit of cover is going to be something to do with the hit roll. In fact, maybe entirely to do with the hit roll, not modifying saves. Yeah, charge roll being not a feel bad. So you can be like, okay, ideally I want to charge these 3 units, but I rolled a 10. Great. I mean, in 10th edition, you would just charge your intended target. In this edition, great. You could charge all 3. In 11th edition, I'm saying this edition, it's not here yet. Give it 3 months at least. Don't know how that'll work with like the Biosanctum Brood Surge. One of your stratagems, that'll be have to be a detachment that's updated. So one of the stratagems is you get +1 to the charge roll depending on how many units you declare as the charge target. If you don't have to declare charge targets, how does that stratagem work? So maybe when they're saying updated things and your codex is compatible, well, the units rules are compatible mostly. And then the detachments get updated to be compatible. That's our 70 detachments. I don't know. We'll have to see how that actually goes. We may just get a lot of detachments left behind. Might be a flat bonus to charge. Could be. Yeah, because I'm thinking all of the stratagems in some way will need to be updated. Okay. Yeah, compatible but not competitive. I mean, we have a very big balancing problem at the moment where we have all of the detachments are playable in theory. However, only some of them have good win rates in tournaments, so only a few of them are really played. And that means that balance is there at a faction level, but not at a detachment level. And Games Workshop has said 2 things about this new edition. That it's going to be more narrative. That just might need to be something more than we're not just playing for circles, we're playing for ruins. And also that it's more balanced, apparently. And everyone in chat laughed. Oh, how we laughed. Yeah, the codexes that are already out might be already updated. Yeah. We'll have to see what other things they come out with. Points, especially how they do points. They did, at the start of 10th edition, said, hey, Legends, listen. Legends can be used anywhere except at our tournaments. And then people took that as, okay, you can't use Legends anywhere. Some people did that, yeah. I don't know about 10.5, say 10.75. We already had like a 10.5, very big update, like a year into 10th edition. But yes, more of a 10.75 than an 11th in full. And then maybe like a year into this one, we're like, oh, okay, there's still quite a lot of bad things. Then we'll get an 11th edition, sort of. No, Legends will still have rules. I can't see any reasons Legends wouldn't have rules. But they did for Age of Sigmar and Horus Heresy, put it all in the app and say, I don't know about welcome at tournaments, but say, shut up, you can use these units. You think it'd be sneaky meta for Tau? It could just be big bully kill stuff. No, they didn't say anything about psychic phase coming back, so there's no mention of psychic phases. Oh, you are most welcome. Maybe we'll get the Nikazar this edition for the Tau. Not if it's a non-psychic edition. Right, but Legends will not be continually updated and balanced. Yeah, we might have the problem that we had in like 9th edition. 8th edition Legends were still compatible. However, then they didn't get updated. So I'm hoping that they do updates of some sort for things that are like, hey, the faction pack, all the units that are in the faction packs should get updated at some point. This can also just go badly. It depends how many units they're like, yeah, we'll put them into Legends. Or it might be when your codex comes out, then we'll update the associated Legends. Did you see that she leads Mortifiers? I didn't see any mention of that. That just might be the Crucible of Champions. I didn't see anything say, you know, Mortifiers, who leads Mortifiers. This is an interesting one. We will know more later. And we actually don't really know what's in the launch box. So I still need to do a video about what's in the launch box. Okay. I have plans for at least 2 videos I can start working on in 8 hours or so. I reckon now is a good time for me to go to bed, as it is after 3 a.m. So much as I love chatting to the 300 of you, I've been on exactly 3 hours. Good time to stop, methinks. Okay, so click subscribe to stay updated with the channel. I will have, I hope, one more video out within the next 24 hours, and maybe another 24 hours after that. I need to rest in my coffin. That'll be fun. Sleep is fun. And not for the weak. I hope you've all had fun today. My Ko-fi link is in the description if you want to drop me some money at any point. Thank you for joining my channel, my clan. There's also a Discord link if you want to join the Discord. There's other things in the description. You have a great day of 40k.